I just look down, all I see is Ollie doing this. Fucking air drumming.
We can't see each other in that moment, but you can see us. Like, yeah, I love to dance. I mean,
I'm omnipresent.
We're all having fun.
That's right.
See, I got lessons when we were better, SR and I being roommates. I needed some lessons from the dancing master who's in the room.
And at the time there was a weekend rate, and I know, look, this is what I want to tell people, to be skeptical of anecdotes, because some people are going to tell you that I teach dancing lessons for a much cheaper price than I actually do. They're going to say that it's $20 an hour, but it is not. It is 25. Okay, I know.
I want people to be skeptical of weekend rates.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It cost me over $600 for those 2 days. I'm like, wait, what?
That's so expensive.
Oh. But anyway, what was that super controversial and divisive thing you were saying backstage, Neil? What was that?
It's on his shirt. It's on his shirt.
Yeah.
The go fuck yourself? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, not
this one?
Yeah.
Not
It's
like
sad.
most.
I'm not like most names. I'm in my 50s.
Well, yeah, well.
Yeah,
That's
that one.
Like my Lego?
Dude, that
Star
pile,
Wars.
that stack of Lego is gonna fall over. You need some support there.
It's not gonna fall over.
not.
It looks like it's on an angle, but it's not on an angle.
So how much
it's
do we
on
have
an
to
angle
pay
like
Neil
that.
to build Star Wars?
It's leaning way out.
Yeah.
You know what,
Neil.
Ben? I was this close to giving it to some kids and letting them have all the cheap
No.
ass shit.
I want you to
But
build
it
it. I want
makes
to watch.
kids happy.
Right?
Okay, fine, but can you at least get a video of you and the kids building it?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. What happened to Mikey?
He abandoned us.
But
He said he was going out to buy cigarettes, and he just hasn't come back yet.
Wrong.
So,
Yeah, I've heard that before.
But have you? I don't know if you've gone around.
He's gone. Let's go steal his dog.
Everybody and
6 months later, you get a postcard in the mail for your birthday.
Yeah, and $5 Canadian, which is like
$5
cents.
Canadian. Go buy yourself a chocolate bar.
Yeah, if you can these days with the
If
rate,
you can afford
everything's going up. Yeah.
Crazy town.
a chocolate bar costs you $5. Though.
Well, the big ones do. The big Belgian ones that they have over at the Walmart here,
Yeah.
which are really good.
Toblerones are right around $5. The little Toblerones.
Toblerone.
Yeah.
What the hell's that? What is that?
It's a Japanese plum wine, and a
Oh.
cute little container because it's adorable.
You're full
I
of
got
plum
like
wine.
8 of these.
You got 8. So you got 8 shots of plum wine. Aren't you supposed to
Plum wine
heat
with
it?
a plum in
Is
it.
it room
Got a
temp
plum in it.
temperature?
Look at that.
It has a plum in it.
Cool.
Wow.
It has a plum in it. Yeah, no, these are so good. They sell them in bigger bottles too, but I found these and I was like, I have to buy the tiny ones because they're cute. So I did. That's my story.
Apparently.
It's not that cool of a story, but
Neil,
And cat's name.
Freya.
Oh.
Freya, that's gorgeous.
hi Freya. Oh, Freya loves you.
Yeah, she's definitely a mama's girl.
So my next door neighbor's dog is named Freya.
I
I have
thought it was funny.
franchise.
We actually found her with that name, and then when I looked it up, I was like, oh yeah, Norse goddess that
Yeah.
has a chariot drawn by cats. Perfect. We'll leave it.
Perfect.
I have 2 tigers, Finley and Fiona.
Oh,
They're cute.
Finley.
cute.
2 tigers. They're
Mikey
house
came back.
tigers.
House
They're
tiger.
house
Yeah, it's
tigers.
like the house hippo.
She's got a
Oh,
tiger.
that's-
I got 2 tigers.
That commercial
The-
from the 80s.
The Americans
Yeah,
don't know what the house hippo thing is.
I know.
This is Rudy.
It's too
He's
bad.
old.
You're just making stuff up.
Rudy's
We're not.
sweet.
We're not.
I'm pretty sure you told us about the house hippo thing.
Sweet.
Yes,
Me?
We've told you at the house hippo.
No, Neil. Neil
Oh,
told us.
I
I'm
did.
pretty
I
sure.
did.
I was like, no, I didn't. I don't even know what that is.
I know somebody asked me what my favorite record was, so I went and got some.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
couldn't quite
Yeah.
decide.
I've got some other questions in the future too, if
Okay.
you'd like to answer. Just
Sabbath.
what you
Yeah.
got?
Yes.
So Black Sabbath. This is probably my most listened to one. And then, so
I
I've
like
got
you
a little,
even more now.
I got to put a little diversity in here. I don't know if any of you know Jillian Welch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked in a
Um,
record store. I know lots.
Okay. And then I've got Peggy Lee. So
Nice.
Nice.
that's
From
my
King of the Hill?
no.
No.
Very close. Very close.
No,
Yeah.
not
You're
even,
almost there, Mikey.
Similar hairdo, but
Yeah.
not quite.
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So those were my
Okay.
3 I brought.
So where do you let's get real controversial here. I don't know if this was said in your deconversion story, but where do you stand on pineapple on pizza? This is really
Here we go.
important. This is a big deal. Yeah.
Wow.
And we'd like to know
Going there already.
pineapple on pizza, yes or no, and then your justification, please.
Yeah, pineapple on pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bold
because
stance.
I like sweet and savory. I like together, and also I've had a pizza that had apricot on it, and it was really good.
Oh
Like
wow.
right now, I just had a teriyaki pizza. I just ordered
Wait,
one.
wait,
so
wait,
I
wait.
like my
Apricot.
sweet-
Wait, go
This
back.
is shaking up the game. This is
Go back. Go back. Go back.
What about kiwi?
Apricot.
Have you had kiwi?
Apricot and what?
pizza.
like as like
Jeez.
like a drizzle over it. It's like, you know, just like you can have like the jams, like obviously, like so I'm for Texas, we do a lot of the salsas, but you can do like the spicy salsas with the fruit, like the jams.
Yeah. Habanero, peach combo.
So you can get like spicy apricot salsa or spicy peach salsa. So to me, yeah, it all goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
That was
good.
fucking gold, McKinnon. That was gold. Ah, nice.
Nice.
I had that album too. Many moons ago.
Absolutely.
So peanut butter on burgers.
Oh man.
Is this something you have thoughts on?
Ollie.
This
Ollie.
is also divisive.
Peanut
This
butter
is
on
also-
burgers.
I like
On
a
a hamburger,
hamburger
so
good.
with peanut butter.
Peanut butter bacon burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never
Cheese
had
bacon
that
burger.
before.
Okay.
But
Try it.
Are you open to it? Are you an agnostic, like leaning towards the possibility?
It's so good.
Are you a
I
burger
mean-
agnostic?
you should try everything once, right?
No, you
It's
shouldn't
so
try
good.
poison. You shouldn't
Well,
try
Yeah,
poison.
never
But
try
that-
arsenic once.
Don't try
Yeah.
arsenic. Yeah, there's a lot of
No.
shit you don't try once. So no, I
Okay, well,
believe no.
edible
but-
food.
Try the peanut butter on a burger. Just add it as another condiment, whatever you normally have on a burger, plus a little bit of peanut butter on there. Try and get as close to the meat as
Fascinating.
possible so it melts right into the meat. It's so
Because
good.
Well,
you're saying everything you normally have. If that includes
Yes.
like pickles and onions and ketchup,
Yes.
that seems to
Yes.
me.
That's a
Yes.
little much. Yeah.
Just do it.
I'm afraid
Just
of that.
do it.
I like
Who
the
doesn't
confidence.
trust her?
do it.
I
can't
do.
try
I do.
anything food
Just do it.
Who doesn't eat?
I-
Who doesn't eat
listen,
onions and peanut
like
butter?
this.
Well,
Wow.
here's the
On a
thing.
regular basis, I
I
go to
don't
Wendy's
eat
and I get a
onions and peanut
baconator, and when I
butter.
get home, I
That's
add
what-
relish and peanut butter to
No,
it.
I don't.
So a baconator with relish and peanut butter added. I do that almost every week.
Bacon and peanut butter.
I can
have
see,
nothing
Trust,
kind
it's
to
just so
say.
good.
I can see how bacon and peanut butter would probably be good together, because I used to work at a bakery. We used to like crumble bacon on, you know, on cupcakes with a salted caramel
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I can see that. And
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't eat meat,
Everything goes
so I cannot imagine any type
Well,
of
have faux
vegan
meat
meat
then.
with
Yeah, have
I
the
can't
vegan.
imagine-
Well,
meat.
like black bean burger.
peanut butter.
I don't know. I'm just
That's
throwing
just
out
wrong.
options
I-
here. I've
I-
never
I-
tried it.
Yeah, I've never
That's a
tried it
little
either.
too much
so I don't
oil
know,
for
but-
me.
Yeah.
Well,
but
all
it's
right.
so
Like
good.
rubbing the oil all over
there-
me.
As far as I know, there are no criminals in this group, but I've always been a little bit concerned about the notion of baked beans for breakfast.
Oh, that's the Brits.
Yeah, and I've always
Baked
been a
beans
little
is great for
concerned about
breakfast. I gotta
that. I
say,
have been, I
It
have
is.
been in the
baked beans with
kitchen.
eggs and sausage. Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
good.
like-
I just don't get that.
Baked beans over a biscuit, maybe.
See,
It's
I
actually
see
really
some
good.
options. I see options. This is not something I was raised with, but somebody told me
Right.
one day, they were like, "Oh, you just make some toast, you make some baked beans, you put a little cheese on it." And I was like, "For breakfast? That sounds pretty good. Yeah, this
No,
seems
Some
no.
soft
yeah.
eggs on there too, and crack
Oh,
the
Lots
see,
of
yolk.
meat
right,
and
Fucking
right.
cheese.
This
Hey,
is
I
good.
turned a full British breakfast into a casserole, and it was divine.
The
See?
stewed tomato stuff makes sense to me because of, I guess my cultural heritage. It's like I am from that bunch of assholes that conquered the world. But
Turf Island.
yeah, but the baked beans part, it's like, where the fuck did that come from?
I've had to
Don't
give
know.
up meat, so baked beans
Had
for
to?
breakfast is great. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
There's a lot of
Yes,
good kinds of beans. I mean, there are kidney beans, black beans,
Hmm.
navy
keep
beans.
going.
Come on, Rayman.
You guys just want me to keep listing beans? This sounds like a bad idea for a stream. Just like 14, 15 beans in.
Sensu beans.
Green beans. What's that, Paul? Shut up. No one's listening to you.
Oh shit!
What? Paul? What? Paul's here. When did
I
he get
snuck
here?
in. I snuck in.
He snuck in.
Fava beans.
What are your thoughts on beans, Paul? What do you
I
think?
like beans. They're wonderful. My mom used to make this. It's like a bean salad type thing.
Yeah.
It was.
stuff.
This was like
Awesome.
way back in the day, and she had given the recipe. This is back in the 80s, like early 80s. She had given the recipe
Way
to
back
one
in
of
the
the wives of one of the ladies that's in my dad's car club, and then they started bringing the beans to our car show, and now in 2022, my
gas?
mom doesn't think that it was her recipe. I'm like, no, you like, because I asked Craig's
You
wife
started this, mother.
every year.
Do you want to eat?
Because she calls them Balo beans, and I'm like, my mom gave you that. She's like, yeah. I'm like, she doesn't remember that. That's kind of fucked up. She ain't that old.
kind of beans was she eating then? Jeez.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sure, damn it.
Ben,
Maybe she
medically
had too many of them
speaking,
when she was pregnant with me. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what the deal is.
do beans like mess you up? Like medically speaking in the brain?
No.
Is that how it works?
No.
I heard some guy tell me that.
What would you be
Though.
intestinally?
Yeah.
Guess
You gotta be careful though.
Give us the full breakdown.
You got to be careful though, because you don't want to end up, not wanting them and then throwing them out the window or something, and this giant stalk grows all the way up to the clouds.
I think he's trying to go to
Okay,
it so
Jack.
hard, but, so.
But the giant looks like Neil.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Neil is
Wearing
a
a
giant.
giant
I gotta hug his
bandana.
neck. I had to reach way up here.
That's true. I still can't believe you did that, Angie. You went all the way there just to give me a hug.
So it was all I could do. I couldn't stay. I wanted to stay, but I couldn't stay.
Why?
I can't explain it. It's embarrassing. And I'm not going to go any further in it. But I stayed long enough to make sure I got to see you and hug your neck. I was like, I gotta go.
Hug my neck.
Yeah,
I still haven't recovered. No, I'm just
I'm
kidding.
sure.
Aw.
It's a lot of weight to hang off of it. Lemonade.
You guys got healthcare up there in Canada, so you'll be all right. Like-
Yeah, we have that here. I know it's a foreign concept to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know what
It's a
the
bit
fuck that
weird.
is.
Yeah, sounds a bit socialist. You might want to keep that.
It's
I know
better
it-
now than it used to be, and I can thank Obama.
I know an
for that,
almost doctor.
for sure,
So
but
put a good word for you.
it's still not good.
No, and it got worse. Hello, Roe v. Wade. Come on.
Oh, I'm not even. Don't get me started.
Yeah,
No.
let's bring that up.
Yeah, you don't
Well,
wanna
we've
do
already
that.
hit some of the most divisive topics. This sounds a little bit lighter to me. Like we can take a step back and just
Well,
talk
they
about
claim
Roe
that
v. Wade.
the fetus is a baby, like it's a human. So
So's
does that
the
mean you
fetus.
can get? Does that
A
mean
lady-
you can get a tax credit for it?
A lady in Texas is
Nope.
challenging the law that she couldn't drive in the HOV lane, even
Yeah.
though she was
Mhm.
pregnant.
Good for
And
her.
She
She's
was
a
like,
sassy one. I like her.
she's like 32, 33 weeks. I mean, she's very, very far
She's
along.
right there.
And her argument really is fucking valid.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we'll
gonna-
see.
You're gonna what,
Yes?
Faye?
Oh, I'm just going to reiterate an argument I've been using for many, many years. If they can make you keep a baby, they can sterilize you. They can prevent those who they consider undesirable from reproducing. This is eugenics. This is eugenics, and they're going to, it's like mentally ill, you're going to get it. You're going to be sterilized, you're going to be sterilized. They are, if they can control the birth rate, they can sterilize whoever the fuck they want.
I guess, but
Yeah, because if
I
you
don't
don't own
think
your
that's going to
body,
happen.
they own your body.
Right.
And they can do that. They were doing that pre-World War II, but Hitler made it kind of unpopular. But they had started like sterilizing anyone with a criminal record, single mothers, because single mothers are, and mentally ill people because they're and all the undesirables. They started that, and it was also like, you know,
I remember
corporately
hearing about that
funded
stuff.
and things like that. But yeah, and then Hitler came and he was like, "Oh, I like this idea," and we went, "Oh, if you're doing that, we're not doing that," so we stopped. But the thing is, it's like gross. So
Thank you,
this
Hitler?
this is
Is that-
basically an open
That's
no.
a tough one to say.
Yeah, I know. Like, is that?
But this is like opening the door back to eugenics and back to like
Oh,
if they can make you have a baby, because like there's plenty of kids in foster care, there's plenty of kids up to adopt. There's a problem though. They're the wrong color. Oh no. There's plenty of kids to adopt, but they're saying, "Oh, we're having a shortage on white babies, so we have to get rid of this." That was part of the thing that the papers that came out. If you
Well,
were
but
reading and
also-
keeping up with it, they want white babies, assholes.
yeah. Samuel
Also, they
Alito
won't
made
let.
it. Go ahead.
Sorry.
They won't let LGBTQ people adopt, so it's like
And,
okay.
and
yeah.
Samuel Alito made it very clear in that decision that he was opening the door to other things like LGBT people just existing, and a shit ton of other things related to a lot of things that we have taken for granted as just basic human rights that should apply on a countrywide level. Like, I don't know
should
why.
be human rights anyways, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, worldwide.
Human rights should include all
Yeah.
humans.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely,
there's one thing
absolutely.
about-
But why can you live in a different state an hour away from another state and you just literally live under completely different rules and still be in
I
the
have
same
another
country?
major question for Ben. I have a major question for Ben. Roe v. Wade also had a lot to do with privacy laws and medical stuff. So does that negate HIPAA?
No.
Why?
It does. Well, it does for that specific case, but it doesn't take it away for everything else.
But it was underneath
It's a
HIPAA. So
It's a violation, but in that one violation, you are not negating the entire system, because that's still going to exist. It's just
because that's like only half
they've
of the
made an
human beings on the
exception.
earth that we violated rights for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've made an
Exactly.
exception, a very big exception.
Yeah.
That's what
All
they
right,
did.
I know I'm usually quiet, but I have thoughts tonight. So
Girl, preach.
first off, one of the big things that one of the I don't know, I think is a better argument is this decision gives fetuses rights that no other human being has. You can't use someone else's organs, body, and blood in any other situation. So
True.
this decision gives the fetuses rights that no one else has. And picking up a little while back, you guys mentioned foster care. I don't know if anyone else here is a foster care alumni, but I am. And I do some volunteer work and I try to keep up with what's going on in that space. And I think that's a downstream effect that hasn't been considered as much as it needs to be, because there's probably going to be a big increase in kids in foster care. There's going to be an increase in child abuse and other things. And there are certain states where a lot of the vetting people they're Christian or Catholic organizations. So they turn away people that shouldn't be turned away just because they have some sort of sexual orientation that they don't like, or if they're transgender or anything like that. And these people could be perfectly good foster parents to kids that need some loving homes to be in, and they won't let them because of their belief, and that's bullshit. So yeah, I think that's a downstream effect that's gonna cause a lot more issues. And children who are minority children or LGBTQ children suffer more, are more prone to be abused in foster care as well. They're more prone to be abused while they're in the foster care system. It's I don't remember the statistics off the top of my head, but yeah, there are lots of issues in that area. So anyway, go back to my quiet self for a bit here.
Yeah, you raised some very
No, that
valid
was
points.
that was great.
That was great.
All of these.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying that all of these are incredibly good arguments, and it sucks so much that we have so many good reasons to oppose this. And it's like there's really no good reasons to accept what they're doing. It's so frustrating that this is the thing that we're fighting over.
Oh, go vote, people.
And Ben, I have another related question. It's my understanding that there are certain medical conditions that are treated with medicines that can also be used for abortion. How is this going to impact people who
they're being denied?
Who need those medications to function?
HR, that sounds like a nuance. That sounds like you're trying to get to specifics. And I'm not sure if you've paid attention to the Senate. A C-SPAN is very boring to watch, but
see, I'm one of those people that watches the boring stuff and shows up for the boring stuff. So
they don't care.
Well, if they're going to really push this, if they're really going to push this, they really have to consider a couple of things. Because in a couple of states, it's already if a guy rapes a woman, she has to bring her baby into prison to see him because he has rights to it, and so does his family. But the thing is, it's okay, you're going to push that. If a man impregnates a woman, then boom, child support needs to start at conception. 1, 2, if she dies in labor, he needs to be executed for eye for an eye. You know what I mean? I'm done.
There are already knock-on effects with pharmacies being reluctant to fulfill prescriptions for
contraceptives,
some drugs that are abortifacients.
So it's not going to prevent everybody from not getting things, because men, at least cis men, are still going to be able to get them.
Good point.
And
so it's not preventing everybody.
Interesting.
So how would let's say, just hypothetically speaking, I have a friend who's a cishet guy living in a southern state like Tennessee, who would think that there is a good a positive outcome to acquiring these type of
well, you'd have to have an indication. You'd have to have an indication and be prescribed it yourself.
Right. Is there an indication that, again, all hypothetical, that one could easily acquire with, let's say, a sympathetic doctor?
Well, it's that the issues are because obviously every decision is reviewed.
Yeah. Is it more problematic?
Well, no, because something like misoprostol is an NSAID, right? It functions just like an NSAID. But the problem is, are you going to be able to justify that particular NSAID for your other NSAID needs over naproxen or ibuprofen? Probably not. You're probably not going to be able to justify that.
Yeah.
So
How much further
it's
can
like
they
a lot
take
of
it on other medical nuances? Like as a pregnant woman, I remember being told, "Don't change kitty litter, don't eat deli meats, things like that." Are they?
oh yeah,
Is
no,
that
it's
something that can
affecting
be end up being criminalized or get? You know what I'm saying?
probably not. That's related to like toxoplasmosis and things, which I mean, they could probably, if they really wanted to go that far, maybe. I don't think they're smart enough to consider those as options. Um, but it's yeah, it's affecting more than just OB-GYN even because we had our own case where we didn't prescribe somebody the gold standard cholesterol therapy because it can cause mutations in fetuses. So like, and she was still at risk for an accidental pregnancy. So even though it wasn't like she wasn't trying to get pregnant, it was an issue of if we gave you this and you accidentally got pregnant, then would you go to prison? Like that's the decisions are coming down to. So, and you're talking about, and these are therapies that are given to people to prevent heart attacks and strokes. Like that is the main indication for these. So, and there's a reason why we give them in high
Humira is one
high
too,
intensities.
right?
Did anyone see Professor Kiara Bridges' testimony today? I believe. I'm not sure what she was being posed for, but she appeared before a Senate committee, and she just absolutely destroyed Josh Hawley. Hawley said, you know, she was basically saying that not protecting reproductive rights is a bad thing. And Hawley goes, she used the phrase, he asked her if men can get pregnant. And she just fucking destroyed the guy. Because she said, well, trans men can, non-binary people can, and it's not exclusive. And Holly just tried to spin it. It was just a thing of beauty. You know,
it's just a
people
it's
need
a
to. What she did in pushing back on Holly's case is a thing that people need to do all the fucking time.
Yeah, and in a lot of different instances, there are a lot of bullshit dog whistles that people like to throw around casually like that about a lot of different groups, and we do need to stand up in those moments and say, hey, it sounds like you're just trying to be a jackass to trans people right now for no reason. And first off, you're wrong. Here's how you're wrong. That actually isn't important to what we were supposed to be talking about. And the same when people want to do that for indigenous people or black people, poor people, less educated people. Like there are a lot of different. I was talking about this earlier. Prisoners are a group in the United States that are so easy to throw under the bus and just say these people are not worth it. They're not worth our time. They're not worth our thought. And that is fucking ridiculous of anybody in a country, in a society, right?
Especially since such a huge percentage are in there waiting for their speedy trial.
Throwing people in jail for no reason at all. Yeah, we're excited to do it. Are you kidding me? We sit on a list right now in some of the top few countries, okay? With Iran, North Korea, China, and Cuba. When it comes to prisoners, amount of prisoners we have, and the amount of people that we put to death every year. That's the United States. Number one. America first.
We have
That's our country.
financial, what do you call it, reason why we put people in prison at the rate we do for longer sentences than they should be. We have private prisons. The state makes money off of prisoners. It's slavery 2.0. And I hate to say it, if they don't fill all those cells, some of them have contracts that the state will owe the private prison money for not filling it. So there isn't any justice. There's none. Because if you have a financial incentive to bang that gavel, and the people who go in are the people who can't afford a lawyer, people who are already poor, people who they have decided are quote unquote undesirable because they're not competitive enough to be able to afford that lawyer to stay out of the private prison. And that's awful.
Nailed it.
Yep.
And if you have the resources, a lot of stuff you're just paying your fee to get away with it.
Because you're not worried if you're fairly wealthy, fairly educated, fairly white, you will be just fine no matter where you live in the United States in the next few years, no matter if you live in one of the states like I do, one of the dozen states that literally had a law on the books already waiting for years that just said, if it ever happens that the Supreme Court overturns a 50-year precedent, this becomes law again. Now, how is that legal that you can just do that? Like, imagine a state just saying, hey, we know murder's not okay right now, but like, if it happens, you're allowed to just kill people in the streets. But like all of those states, if you're in that group that I mentioned earlier, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine because you can fly out to whatever fucking place that you want. Like, you'll be back before you miss work tomorrow morning when you go in with your fucking coffee and donuts provided for you and your nice little quiet waiting room and whatever. Like, yeah, you're not going to be bummed out by this. But yeah, fuck everybody else, right? I mean, they weren't that thing. They should have tried harder, I guess, to be whiter at birth. Like, why not?
I do like some of the creative solutions that we shouldn't have to come up with that are coming out, though. There's one lady that's talking about using a boat in federal waters to get...
Rebecca Gompertz, Dr. Rebecca Gompertz? Is that
This is,
who
I'm not sure. It might have been someone else, but I think that name was mentioned.
She's the founder and director of womenonwaves.org.
It wasn't her, but there's another woman that, like, after she thought up the idea, she got in touch with her, now she's trying to bring it here.
Good.
And then there's another one that they're building like RVs and vans to go park at state borders, and they're bulletproof vans, which just says something about that even has to be a thought. And I will say, I don't even want to call it a silver lining because it's just a shitstorm, but the FDA considering to like let us have birth control without having to go through 17,000 checklists and all of that, I think that's good. It'd be nice not to have to go to a doctor to get birth. Like, I think that should be available over the counter, and it should have been available over the counter a while ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I don't know. We're going back to an era that was my teenage years. And, we're all going to be figuring out ways of dancing around states' idiocracy. I mean, I grew up in a time when birth control was illegal.
Yeah.
When I say that these guys want to take the United States back to the 50s. Well, yeah, but they really want to bring it back to not the 1950s, the 1850s.
Yeah, when we were property.
When everyone, aside from cis het white property owners, had all the control. This is where these assholes want to go. I mean, they think that Plessy versus Ferguson was improperly decided. It's not. Yeah. They think that Brown versus Board was improperly decided. And I grew up before I was born in 1953, and Brown versus Board was decided in 1954. I mean, it's these people are the John Birch Society, and they're hell bent and determined to bring us back to that era where white male people, heterosexual people particularly, I mean, well, you can link now. Go over here. I can get a little bit on the side.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
No, you can't. They want to go back to an era where everyone but them gets to be.
Yeah, and I think honestly, we just have to fucking vote.
We need to. We want to stop that shit. People do not understand. People like me are at the tip of the spear at the moment. But y'all are gonna get it in the end. Because the people that are spearheading this stuff are totalitarian assholes that are gonna take away every single one of your rights too. And if I'm stitched out the back of the chipper, you're next in line. I would advise you to take a look at Weimar Germany and how that fucking shit went down. These people are scary. They're a danger to the human race.
Yeah.
So welcome to the party, Leanne. We're feeling kind of serious. We're feeling kind of serious and existential dread tonight.
This is very.
I mean, I live in Texas, so I live in.
That's why we ain't got much to say, right? We know how fucking bad it is. Everybody can whine about it all they want, but
all right, Leanne. This existential dread
doesn't do a goddamn thing if you don't vote. So.
Leanne, it's your after party. All the problems tonight in about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. Fix it for us. What do you got?
Well,
no pressure, no
yeah, of course, it's the woman's job to clean up the mess you make.
Yeah, it do be like that. Well, yeah, I mean, I think we need to be voting, and I mean, as far as I love the angry atheists, thing you always get when you tell people you're an atheist. They always ask you what happened, right? Well, what happened is this shit is that you want to push your religious beliefs off on everyone and make it law. And, what's the difference? We're getting to Sharia law territory. The Christians love to condemn those countries and they want to do the same shit with their own religion. Oh, I know. But, so to me, it's just that's where they're going. And would we even have this issue if it wasn't for, bringing in 3 justices who said, no, I stand by, the ruling of Roe versus Wade. And I agree with what was ruled. And we have all 3 of them on tape saying that. and lying about it clearly, and we could have known, we all knew that they were lying, but at that point, they had the job. So, I mean, yeah, I just think we need to get rid of people who are trying to push their religion off on the rest of the country and making it the law.
Yeah, that open freedom of religion thing is going to bite them on their ass when they end up with someone who's like, okay,
Yep.
not
It's
your
already
God.
started.
We're doing not your God today. We're
Yep.
not doing the popular one. We're doing a different one.
Yep.
This one likes to stand on the throat of men and hold up beheaded heads. Let's do this. let's do Kali. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think, and I don't know if, I think that there are actually some people who truly do care, and I know that they truly do believe that we are murdering babies. But I just feel like we need to, okay, well, let's look at the countries that have lower rates of abortion. What's going on in those countries? Is it because they don't have the right to abortion or don't have the ability to get one? No, it's not that. They have access to healthcare. They have paid maternity leave. They have paid paternity leave even.
I know.
That's why.
Well, it's not going to affect
They're
anyone
better.
It's not going
And they're
to
less
affect
religious.
the ones that voted for it, because if someone in their family needs one, they can go travel to a different country. They can afford to get one. They can afford to keep it on the down low. They can afford to hide it. So, it's basically how to fill up pews in churches with poor, desperate people, because poor, desperate people need their church families for support.
I have experience too with the, adoption agencies, and you're talking about, what is that called? Somebody was just talking about that. Not adoption. What is it called? The
Foster care?
Yeah, foster care. Yeah. So, both of my parents were adopted. And so we kind of know about their families and their parents, and we know where they would have been had they stayed in that situation. And my parents adopted my cousins for a while. So I know exactly what the foster care system is like, as far as even putting children back into the hands of mothers that are truly shitty and should not have their children, and that do not take care of their children. And there are too many children in that situation already as it is. People who are having children need to want to have their children. We don't need more children in the foster care system. It's bad as it is already.
And a year or two ago, I think you were saying something about this earlier, HR. A year or two ago, the Supreme Court actually did rule on a case specifically about a foster care company that was historically religious, and they said to a gay couple, "We're not going to give you a child." And the Supreme Court ultimately, technically it was nuanced, I guess, if you want to break out all the legal bullshit, but at the end of the day, the Supreme Court basically said you could just say no to gay people if you don't feel like you're a fan of them today, which is just garbage. But the nuance was that technically the couple could go to other adoption
But they can't all the time. No, see,
I know. I know what you're gonna say. I'm just telling you what they technically ruled, and then obviously the three justices that we're all thinking of dissented, and we're like, I don't really feel like you're grasping the situation here. Just like the coach praying at the center of a high school football field, like, oh, it was a private expression of religion. Like, no, a private expression of religion is going into your fucking house and lighting some goddamn candles. Like,
but in that foster care case, it's not a private expression of religion, because this is a state function, and there shouldn't be religiously based entities and organizations making these placement decisions to begin with. There's a lot of classes you have to attend to become a foster parent. If you go through all these classes, if your background checks are complete, if your home visit shows that you have a safe and adequate home. Yeah. Anyway.
So tax exemption away too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
For sure.
Ugh. The Mormons got a lot of money. I mean,
Well, I mean, you can also look at some of the other state things that have been working with religious companies. You have one in Oklahoma for a while that was anyone with addiction issues had to go work for this Christian like rehab reform thing, and they ended up working in like chicken factories and at politicians' houses doing their lawns, but they had ample amounts of Jesus and no health insurance and no workman's comp, and some of them got their limbs caught in machines and ended up worse off. They would have been better in prison than they would have at this Christian work camp.
Did you all
But
see
why is
that
the state
oh, go ahead.
doing that? No, it's just why is the state doing that? Why are these things being allowed when you have a Christian work camp and the state is going, yeah, Jesus is the answer? I don't think they should be able to hold that kind of like
Not supposed
bias.
to be able to.
Yeah, because if you have someone who's not Christian in that work camp, I mean, everything should be secular and inclusive, right? No, of course not.
Did you guys see that the Family Research Freaking Council got given status as a church by the IRS?
What?
And I don't know if you know
Really?
who they are, but they're very anti-abortion, they're very anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ, and they're not a church. So that just opened a whole bunch more dark money.
You know,
the IRS
Canada's
said-
open, by the way.
What's it actually, Neil, Ollie? What is it like to live in a secular democracy? Like I've never
In a
known this
social
feeling.
democracy. It's
Well,
fan-
I mean,
it's- for the most part, it's great.
yeah, I mean, okay, well,
Just depends on the fearless leader at the time that we have.
well, sure. Yours, I mean, so this is what's weird is like, okay, so like, technically, Justin Trudeau did blackface.
Yes, he did.
He
Yes,
did
he
that.
did.
And that's and like, dude, seriously, there's really no excuse. But he gave
no
some.
excuse, but how old is that picture?
I understand that.
I'm
but
not
also,
saying that's an excuse. But
No,
you
no,
gotta remember
but also,
it wasn't such a big
and I'm
deal
just,
at certain time.
I'm just bringing it back. I'm bringing it back, which is, you know, we had Trump, so it's like. I don't know,
man. I don't agree.
Which
with what
is,
he did
yeah.
at all.
Where does the
But
scale fall on
Yeah.
that? We had 4 years.
look at Halloween costumes in the 80s, 70s, 60s.
Neil, remind me
Yeah.
though, did he own up to it and apologize
Yes, he did.
and
Yeah,
take
yeah, yeah.
responsibility, or did
He
he
did.
try to hide it and be like,
did.
yeah,
No, he owned
He
up to
did.
it.
He
right
owned
away.
it, and
Yes,
he
he did.
apologized.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But
So he
is
didn't
that
pull up Boris Johnson.
No.
No,
That's also.
isn't Johnson done now?
You're- You all
He's kind of
are
like
doing
a bad taste.
You all are doing your best to own up to the settlement graveyards.
Oh well,
Oh, I know.
You're
Yeah.
doing your best to do that.
we haven't
Maybe
figured
maybe
that.
No.
We're doing something, but I don't think we're doing enough yet.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I don't think
you
we're
are,
doing nearly
and
enough.
we're not
Yeah.
doing anywhere near enough.
Like,
We're not doing anything.
Our own.
I
Why
got to
do you
be
think I
honest
don't
with you.
celebrate Canada Day, dude?
Yeah.
Because we're not doing enough. And a good
Yeah,
chunk
as-
of our population are First Nations peoples. And until
Yeah.
they're recognized as equal to us, I don't celebrate Canada Day.
Yeah, as a government employee, I've noticed a big change over the last couple of years. Every meeting that we go into, that's a bigger meeting and stuff like that, we're talking about that particular issue all the time, and basically saying what we're doing as an agency. So,
But we are not doing anything to acknowledge the
yeah,
original
I get that.
original sins of colonialism that my ancestors. I mean, it would be nice if we could go there, but right
Do
now,
you think they ever will?
right now, it's
Americans? No, probably not.
We're just we're at each other's throats.
Technically, America is guilty of acts of genocide on indigenous people, especially when we take their children away and put them in white schools and with white families because we're trying to erase their culture.
Yeah, same thing happened here.
Well, they lost some rights, and hardly anyone's talking about it. We're taking their children away from them again, so we should be reported to the UN for that. I mean, we had people in Ireland reporting us to the UN for the abortion thing.
Damn.
And that says a lot because up until about 2016, Ireland was the worst country in the world for legalization of abortion. Like it was bad. And
Ireland
I didn't
is
even
reporting us to the UN for human rights violations.
that
Yeah, what does that say, huh?
yeah. Ugh.
So on a happier note,
a
lot happier of a note, it is my 1 year tea anniversary
Oh,
today.
Ben, that's cool.
Happy anniversary, Ben.
Congrats.
Or teen-anniversary, I should say.
What is the proper term for that?
I've just made it up.
Teen-anniversary.
So that's what it is.
Teen-anniversry. Pretty sure.
Came from Neil, so I'm kind of sus of it.
Me too. Paul and I are
look at that. He
rarely
must
on
have
the
lost
same
his
page,
name.
but
He
right
must
now
have
we
lost
are.
his internet connection.
What? Oh.
I said he must have lost his internet connection.
Hi, Paul. Bye, Paul.
I got
Hi,
the
Paul.
Detroit internet. You know how it goes.
That's cool. That is very cool.
Air, I consider pretty much Métis and Inuit as part of that whole umbrella.
Yeah,
Any
for
First
sure.
Nations
I would
people,
agree.
Any First Nations people and their now descendants and stuff like that, I would consider all under the same umbrella. So yeah. Air's pretty happy there for you, Ben. That one there and that one there.
I posted some like a side by side pic from like a year ago versus now, and I also posted on TikTok. I have my voice before, my voice after. So
What's TikTok?
I'm only on there like very rarely. I barely do anything there.
I heard the kids are really into it.
Did you see what happened to
Yeah.
Katie?
I did. It was so funny.
That was hilarious. She's like, I just got on here and I'm immediately banned. I guess they
And
don't
then
like
she
the
gets-
word fuck.
TikTok is a slice of hell.
So's Twitter.
I'm confused. Is there not a blood link?
Katie was kicked off of Twitter for a bit,
I could be wrong.
like yesterday or something. And you know,
Indigenous
a bunch
people.
of- what the hell?
There's a couple doctors on TikTok that are like really, really funny. Like there's one of them, he's a comedian, Dr. Glockenflecken. He's so funny. He does all these like these skits where Glockenflecken's actually it's an actual medical term for like
God bless you.
cataracts caused by glaucoma. No, it's an actual medical term. The guy's an ophthalmologist.
I thought he was just German.
So
You're
I
saying
thought
a lot
he
of
was
words. You're saying a lot of words, Ben, but
Hang
honestly,
on.
but
I got it.
Yeah.
I got a question here for Air.
I know what a glockenspiel is.
Indigenous people is nobody's indigenous to North America. Everyone came here from somewhere else at some point.
Nobody's
Some people got
indigenous
here
to anywhere.
a fuck of a lot earlier than others. So that's kind of why I guess maybe I'm using the term First Nations
Neil, I'm a
in
mastodon.
an incorrect. Huh? You what?
I'm a mastodon. I've been here forever.
Mastodon.
good band. Good band.
Okay, maybe I'm just wrong. I don't know, but I always thought that
The same.
I don't know.
I've heard
I'm not trying
First
to be an
Nations
asshole.
be
Don't get me
used
wrong.
by people over the border up there too.
Yeah.
I actually know a guy.
We'll talk,
that
brother.
might
We'll
know.
talk. You explain that to me. Well, Eris is you're Eris. What do you Métis, right? I can't remember. I guess me and Air have to talk.
Uh-oh.
Canadian part
I
just
use
sounds
the-
dirty.
Lots of A's and avoots. What the
I
fuck?
use indigenous because that's what a lot
What's
of
that
groups
about?
that I follow use, and they are First Nations people. But I don't. They're not using that hashtag, and I don't know if that's because indigenous is the word that people look for, or what.
I know it's commonly used. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing. I want to know so that I'm not going
Here,
about
let me
things the
let me
wrong
DM
way.
somebody real quick, and I'll get you an answer.
Well,
You
years,
could always learn Japanese, Neil.
decades
I
ago.
could.
That needs to be a stream. Neil learning Japanese. I'd watch the fuck out of that.
I'd love to learn
Watashi wa shanen no
Japanese.
baka ga kirai desu.
Did I
Okay.
just have a stroke?
No, that's Japanese.
Okay, sorry. I was not paying a.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
yes, you
I
did,
apologize.
Paul. Yes, you did.
Fucking third one today.
That's the
Damn
Japanese sentence for I hate
Me
stupid
too.
guys.
Ooh, I like that one.
Watashi wa shanen no baka ga kirai desu.
Somebody's
Isn't that-
talking in tongues.
Baka.
Aka baka. What the fuck? Seen that chick nut bar.
We had an exchange math teacher in high school who offered lessons during lunch. So I remember that sentence and a couple other things and how to count a little bit, but that's about it.
Ben knows Hindi. Like, motherfucker said that one day to me, just kind of casually, and I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "I mean, like, I may or may not like speak Hindi," and I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, I spent a while over there doing doctory things," which again, I'm skeptical of. I'm just a pure skeptic. I always question. I've never seen adequate proof that Ben is actually studying to be a doctor, but he does. I do know for a fact that he does know Hindi. I have watched him.
I've learned
have
a little bit of
conversations.
Hindi from watching scam baiting videos on YouTube. Does that count?
I think yes, and you guys, the two of you should debate like the metaphysical grounding for all of instantiation.
Bro, I can't even do that in English. Fuck you.
I want a career in raising medical leeches.
Yes. That's a real
okay.
thing. Okay. It is.
Hmm.
How do you get into it? How much does it pay? Like, just for
I
a
don't
friend
care.
who's
I'm
looking
just
for a
gonna-
new career.
I'm just gonna do it to myself.
That's what I have to do these days. Oh wait, we're not talking about the same thing. I don't think. Anyway, I
What?
want to take a break. I'll be right back.
Wow.
Go smoke some pot, Neil.
That's what I'm gonna do. so I
That
don't
went
say
to a
stupid
weird
shit. Oh, wait,
place.
that might increase the chance of me saying stupid shit. Well, this ought to be amusing. See you in a minute.
Guaranteed.
I'll leave you
Mikey,
guys
save
alone.
us.
I'll leave you guys alone for 10 minutes. The party's full. I can't get back. I'm locked out. You changed the damn code to the garage. Some bullshit.
Jesus.
Hey, we didn't change it. Ollie just forgot to write it down.
Hey now.
All right, Mikey, we've been all serious. Perk us up. Do one of your roundhouse questions that will inevitably lead to an argument.
Round the horn.
Well, I mean, I have been put on the spot here. Let me see if I got anything tumbling in the old cabeza.
Definitely
That's
don't.
Spanish.
That's the thing. Could be a thing.
Okay, so you're fluent in another language as well, Mikey. Like,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying?
Oh, apologies. C.
That sounded fluent as fuck.
Okay. D.
You know, speaking of languages, and languages are funny, I have a funny story.
Do you?
Oh, Neil's texting me. I'm busy, Neil. I'm on the show
Ignore
right
that
now.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
come
fucking
on.
leave his
Come
ass
on,
on
Neil.
red.
He knows what you're doing. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way he forgot the last
Yeah.
like 30 seconds, right?
Maybe I don't know what strain he has, but I don't know how hard he hit that. She's like, "Oh shit." I haven't talked to Mikey in a minute. Like he could be trapped in a time lock right now. Like
This
we
could
could
be
be going through like a whole hour
Neil.
and a half in this last 10
Neil.
seconds.
Don't go towards the night light, Neil. Don't.
Yeah. Don't go towards the nightlight. Thanks, Ollie. But speaking of languages, I remember it was like first or second grade, and then the teacher's like, "All right, everyone got their gold star, so we're gonna watch a movie." And then like we're all like, "Oh, okay, that's 50-50. Some of her movies fucking suck. What's it gonna be?" Everyone does this, gotta. And then she fucking hits play on the VCR, and it's fucking Lion King. Fucking touchdown. Best movie she could have fucking picked.
So Mikey said that was like second or third grade. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That was the first movie I saw
figured-
in theaters after
figured you were-
Alien Resurrections.
Would have been watching like Avengers Infinity or something.
Shut up. Just because I shaved.
You look so young now.
Curse. So tell me why. I don't even remember that kid's name. I can remember his face, but I can't think of his name.
We'll call him Gomer.
Yeah, Gomer leans over and says, "Hey, what's he saying?" Bitch, I don't speak Swahili or whatever the fuck is going on in the beginning of that fucking movie. How the fuck would I know? I'm from St. Louis like you. Dumbass kid. I hate kids. Kids are the fucking worst. Ask me if I don't know. I don't even know what that is. How the hell would I know? I grew up here.
I don't even know what animal that is. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm learning shit watching this fucking intro.
Yeah. I'm watching this like you are, man. Like, have you seen this before? Like, no, me either. Like,
I think they're speaking Disney. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't know.
It's made up words. It's just noises.
It's not.
All words are made
no. The opening song to The Lion King actually translates in English as "Look, there's a lion. There's a lion over there." It's very basic, but
it's not all hail our Disney
I think
overlords?
I think it's Zulu. I do think it's Zulu, which
If
is
only I had
Swahili
the-
and Zulu are both official languages of South Africa.
If only there was a device that I could use to find the answer to these questions.
Yeah, I don't think there is, Mikey.
It's
I don't
called
think you should.
Google.
Trick
No.
question. He's using Bing.
Oh, wow.
I'm using
Yeah,
Fido.
that's gonna be rough, man. You're gonna have a hard time.
So there's the round the horn question. What's a language that you'd like to learn? And Leanne, since you're the guest, you can go first. Everybody else be quiet, I swear to God.
Well, I took 2 years of French in high school, and I took it again in college, and I just could not pass French. So yeah, I guess I want to finish French and be fluent in that.
Yeah, we're just giving you like a pill or something. You could take it and learn whatever language. So no learning, no studying, no, you just know it.
Yeah,
French.
French. Yeah, because it's completely useless in Texas.
Oh, not it. Depends on how close you get to Louisiana.
All right.
Yeah, true. I'm going to
Hit
New
it.
Orleans for my birthday this year, so it would be
Cool,
helpful, maybe.
enjoy.
All right, Angie.
Enjoy. Me? Oh, hell. I sort of speak Spanish, but not really. It's a Tex-Mex kind of slang thing that I've picked up from living here forever and ever and ever. And I'm like her. I failed French, so I started to say French, but no, I really, really would like to. If I could just take a pill and learn anything, it'd be German. Because they have words that sound like they're fun to say.
You cuss a lot. I figure you cuss a lot.
Fatzenberger.
I do cuss a lot.
You a cusser, so German seems like it would fit you.
Well, that's what's
Yeah.
great about German. Even the German word for milk sounds like you're cursing somebody out.
Yeah, that way I could sound aggressive and not really be aggressive.
You get her
That's why I'm so
angry out.
quiet tonight. I'm a straight white Southern woman. I am not allowed to have opinions out loud on some of this stuff. So I just shut the hell up. And yeah,
It's okay. We'll get you out of there.
I'm the enemy. I know. I'm sorry.
We'll get you out of there.
I'm really not. No, I don't. I was thinking I keep telling my husband I want to move to New Mexico. Then I remember there's a lot of radiation over there. It's like,
from the
fuck.
sun.
There's nowhere to go. Can't go north because it's too cold.
You'll be, we actually have houses up here. We don't live outside.
It's crazy.
I understand.
We got
But if it
furnaces and
snows where you
stuff.
live,
Yeah.
I'm not coming
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
It snows down here maybe
That's
once
not
every
fair
10
at
years.
all.
And that's more than I need anyway.
Last year we got windows, so now the draft doesn't even come inside the house.
They're talking
Oh my
2032. We'll get some roof
Do they-
insulation.
It's not like
Do
there's
the
a-
windows lock at the top? Do they lock at the bottom? Like, that's a big deal, man. I gotta
the
know
middle.
this.
In the
Oh,
middle.
in the
It,
middle.
it does. It slides. Like,
Mine slides up and down in the middle. Locks
Yeah.
in the middle.
It just goes. It's a sideways one. All right, Ben. What language are you learning with the pill?
Okay. Because so in terms of North Indian languages, once you know one of them, it's easy-ish to learn the other ones. So I would pick a South Indian language like Telugu because like so many people I know speak Telugu and I don't. And it's like if you're comparing Hindi to like Telugu, it's like comparing Spanish and Mandarin Chinese. It's like
Really?
not even close. Like yeah, it's absolutely not even close and sounds like putting marbles in your mouth. So I would pick that one because it's hard to learn.
Yeah, get rid of the hard one. Like, and I will skip
Yeah.
that one. Pass on it. All right, Stephanie.
I would say Mandarin.
Like the oranges?
Yes.
I like that one.
Speak the language of the
Like the comic book villain.
yes, the language of the magician. Paul, what you got?
I'm with Angie on the Auf Deutsch. I took it a couple years in high school, but I was too high to retain any of it. So, but yeah, I like German.
She's cracking the Haga.
Yeah, something like that. You just said you need to wipe your ass or blow your nose. I don't remember.
Perfect nougat.
Actually, I'll take it back. I'd like to learn English.
Same.
Have complete mastery of English. There you go.
I write English good, but I talk English bad.
Ali, what'd you say for yours?
For me, well, I'd love to learn the language of the Matrix.
What are
But
you talking about? What are you talking about? I knew you were gonna come
So
in here.
binary?
I don't think
all
like
crazy.
computer code was. If somebody said like Python or something, I'd have been like, "Come on, man!" Like, fuck
Yeah.
As high as I am, that wasn't funny.
in languages spoken with a human mouth.
all right,
You're not
all right.
learning how to connect with the fucking Borg
for
over
a
here.
purely greedy reason, French. Because as soon as I could speak French and go to my boss and say, "Look, I speak French," I'd get like a $15,000 a year raise.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
hey,
I would be able to do so much more. I'd be a bunch of I'd be fast tracked through promotions. It would
Oh
be
my
ridiculous.
I give him props. I mean, I just also could use like $20. What are you doing?
But
man?
French
You
would be
got,
cool
like-
for me to speak though too, because like a third of the population where I live speak French. My mother speaks French, so I'd be able to understand all those conversations she's having.
Yeah.
So
maybe you
Akar.
take lessons from your mom.
No, then you gotta listen to her the whole time. No.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
So what you're gonna say is, no, I would hate to learn from my. Ugh. I learned how to use a spoon from her, and after that, I said I got it.
Still don't do that right.
I can hold it wherever I want to hold it, and I got napkins. HR.
That sounded so dirty.
Yeah.
Okay. I should probably learn something more modern and useful, but honestly, if I could learn any language, Afro-Asiatic, that's the ancient Egyptian language. So that would fuel my obsession with antiquity to actually be able to read the hieroglyphs and things.
Cool. That would be cool. Yeah.
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 All right, SR.
Stephanie already said Mandarin, which I have to agree with, and the reason I would say that is it's a totally different concept. So it's one of the languages in the world that are tonal based, meaning that if you say the exact same the exact same pronunciation, but you say it with a slightly different tone, it means a totally different word. And that's really cool to me. I don't know. In English, when you say it with a different tone, it just kind of means like whether or not you're being a dick about it, or you're being sincere, or you're making a joke or whatever. But like in some languages, it literally changes the entire word, and Mandarin would be pretty useful. So
Nice. What do they call that? Alley-oop off of Stephanie's answer. Way to think of something on your own. Faye,
Wow.
what do you?
Christ.
The problem is,
The hell?
it's the one language, and that's a hard question.
Well, you get one for free.
Yeah, I know.
right,
What's
you get
it
to take a
cost for
pill.
more?
You get to take a pill. You get to take a pill, and you just can speak the language. You know.
I'll
I
even
know.
provide you with a bottle of water of your choice.
I really want her to say French.
Yeah, but
And actually,
just
can I
teasing.
just can I just have
Don't
the
tease
bottle
the
of
pet.
water?
I'm sorry.
free. I want to know how much it is for each additional.
Oh, that's
mean-
gonna cost you.
Professionally, I think I would pick German, but for pleasure, Japanese. Even though I want to live in Iceland, so come on, give me a break.
Faye, which Japanese though? All three? Because it's
Yes.
3 languages in one. You have katakana, hiragana, and I can't remember the other one right now. Kanji.
Right, those are different alphabets. Yeah. Yep.
I do not know.
Yes.
Can you get 3 in 1 with this magic pill?
Yeah, it's magic. I mean, yeah,
I would.
totally.
Do I get
I mean,
three
I'm
different
absolutely.
alphabets?
Absolutely.
Let me check
But
the
also, I'd
instructions.
also like to know Korean. So.
No. You've gone too
Just
far.
like
You've
them
you've gone to 2 now, Faye. That's
her an
just too
inch.
much.
No, I did 3. I'd like.
Oh my
like 4 or
gosh.
5, maybe 6, 7. You know.
Oh no, Neil.
And my
No broke,
answer is
danger noodle, run away.
my answer is I'm just gonna take a whole bottle of pills and figure out which ones.
That's not
I
fair.
actually-
Pick a language.
I
That's
am
bullshit.
cheating.
Pick a
I
I wrote
language.
them all.
None
If you
of
get
you
the
tried
bottle
to
of pills,
cheat.
I get a
You
bottle
All
can't
of
do
you
that.
played by the rules like a bunch of nerds. You never thought of cheating. It's not my fault they thought of it
I
first.
wanted to cheat.
Yeah, you
What
called
you
her on her
do?
cheating, and then you're gonna go and pull this.
I thought I was cheating by picking the Matrix. 'cause
The
that
HR
basically
department
makes
has
sense.
reviewed this and says Mikey must pick.
Your HR credentials are not valid here. Okay.
Damn it.
This is
It says HR right there, though. Come
It
on.
does.
fuck. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been working on Mandarin for years now. I feel like I'm gonna get it, so I'm not gonna pick that one. But I want to learn. Nigeria has like it's like almost 40 languages.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
ungodly amount. So Yoruba is the big one, so I would learn that.
That would be good.
What? Dexter, how you keep getting in here? First of all.
Since Neil's not here right now and he
Party.
can't hear us or anything, I just want to like call him out real quick and just be like, dude, seriously, you can't watch anime in the original Japanese with subtitles? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, come on. This isn't hard. It doesn't take that much effort. And you do.
You pick
I'm
it
not
up.
like, okay, I'm not the hardcore purist, but you do get a little bit more of the original kind of message that the
vibe.
creator is going for when you listen to it in Japanese and you read the subtitles, because even if you listen to the English dub and you have the original subtitles, you'll see that there are some differences.
Well, yeah, a lot of the English dubs have a problematic translation.
But they work
Starring-
with the, I mean, look, all I'm saying is simply because Neil is not here and he is not listening to this right now somewhere backstage or anything, I know for a fact that he cannot hear us. I just wanted to call him out. So
Now let's talk about his beard.
Yeah.
I hate to say this. I'm gonna have to go to bed.
What? Did you feed the kids?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
What did you
I've
feed
got
them?
one
Then
on
they
my
will let you go to
shoulder.
bed.
It's only 10 to 12. It's not that late, is it?
I have so much to do in the morning.
She's a working woman.
Busy.
Seems reasonable.
Yep.
I'm
Oh, I got a full shift
sorry.
tomorrow too.
That's okay, but we will miss you.
My
Well,
brain
at
doesn't
least-
function anymore.
Oh,
Hey, I'm still alive.
never
I
did.
wasn't kidnapped on Sunday, so
Yeah,
you'll see me tomorrow.
still really happy about that. Yes.
Yeah, me too. Anywho, tell Neil I said good night.
Good night.
I'll make up
Right.
something that you said.
Well, once you leave, he's got to come back in here. So
Oh, well, maybe that's how you summon him instead of looking in the mirror and saying, Neil, Neil, Neil.
I can attest that I have
That
never
only
in my
works
life
on
done that.
doorknob head at girls' night.
That's true. But,
Oh, yeah,
Leanne,
weren't
I
you guys
think
gonna
you're
invite her?
absolutely lovely.
Yes, Leanne, you are
and
officially invited to girls' night. Just
Be my friend, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
bye.
night.
Bye.
See you.
I have tried to break into girls' night several times.
Didn't work out.
Go boys allowed.
I keep trying to find some sort of secret passage, some link that's left somewhere that I could find and sneak in and just start talking
but
about
if you
farts.
bring enough extra wine, you might get in.
We tried to do an after party after girls' night once, and we let guys in. It turned out really, really bad. So no, boys are allowed in the side channel only because we can ignore them over there if they get out of line.
Yeah. Even then, honestly, you're risking it.
Right.
So,
Well,
yeah,
but we have we have a cool group, so
Not till we get a
they've
little
learned our
bit.
boundaries at this point. So,
And put my feet all over y'all couch as soon as I get in there.
I was gonna say, Mikey, you got that link, man? Just hit me
Yeah.
up, man.
It's gonna be 87 people in there. No!
Rated.
Yeah.
Lady,
Right.
come out and play.
well, we usually try to make it a point to talk about like anything except politics and religion, because like enough of that shit all the fucking time, everywhere you look. And so yeah, it's just us being ridiculous once a week on Saturday evenings.
All right. Can I, Mikey? I know this is kind of your thing, but can I around the horn question?
Oh yeah,
Can I-
yeah. Do
okay.
your thing.
Because Angie got me thinking.
Oh,
So,
dear.
and
I
I've
hate when I do that.
it gets honestly, we're lucky that this is like over the internet because nobody can smell like the smoke coming off of my brain right now. It's been working way too hard for all. Yeah. It's a problem, but
You're running hot.
I've
Some
heard some of
lemonade,
the
honey.
calls you've taken. This should be easy.
a lot of
Pumpkin
people
rubber.
out there, talking about watching Stranger Things. So you can't choose that. You can't choose that.
I
What
only started watching it because I wanted the memes to make sense.
okay, but what round the horn, what TV show or like recent, documentary series or like what kind of movies, media, TV you've been watching lately? Mikey, you take it from here. Who's first?
The guest.
Well, my answer is easy to this.
The guest.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, Dan.
Well, I just finished up Peaky Blinders, and I really, really like Peaky Blinders.
Season 6 was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I really like Peaky Blinders.
So good.
So yeah, and as far as like if I had to go comedy, I like my comedy type is like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think Larry David is fucking hilarious. So yeah, I like Curb Your Enthusiasm if we're gonna do something funny.
Fan of the dry humor, I take it.
A little bit.
Angie.
Oh my goodness. Well,
You knew you were next.
The most recent thing that I've watched that I really enjoyed and didn't think I was going to was Lucifer. And I'm secretly in love with Tom Ellis now, which is weird for someone
Who
like me.
isn't?
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I'm more into documentaries about mysteries of the abandoned, mysteries at the museum, stuff like that. And I like the true crime serial killer stuff because it gives me ideas.
Stop it. See? Now I'm testifying. I'm testifying against you in court.
You said you like true crime? Have you ever watched that chapter on YouTube?
That's a great
I
one.
have seen a few of
That
those.
chapter
Yeah.
is great.
Yes.
The coffee house. There's another one on YouTube, Coffee House something or other, that's really good too.
But I will also watch like ghost hunters and Bigfoot hunters and stuff too. So it's kind of eclectic, like my music taste.
So I've been in med school for 3 years, and I don't do much except school and this. So no, my answer is no.
Totally understandable.
That counts.
Completely
That
understandable.
counts. That counts. Yep.
Tune in next time for not watching something.
Or no, we're not doing it.
The new finale.
Wise lady.
No.
Hi, guys.
All right,
Hi,
Stephanie,
Sadie.
what have you been watching lately?
Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
Is it good?
It is good.
I'm a TOS purist, and I have problems watching some of the newer stuff.
Let
I'm
it go.
adjusting.
Let it go.
Really a throwback to the original series. It's pretty
Cool.
good.
Ah, damn it! I might have to check it out.
Just let go of what you've been holding on to, Angie. Let it go.
I
It's a new
cannot. I
show.
would still, to
Let
this
it
very day, and have
go.
you seen him lately? To this very day, I would still cheat on my husband with William Shatner. It's the only product.
tell you-
only
He went
thing.
to space.
I know.
Will Shatner went to
I gotta tell you-
space.
Fair.
So
This is
Angie, for a
but-
long time, I ran a performance
also a
theater
dick.
for like 4 or 5 years, and we actually had a game called Shatnered. And anytime someone just ran up and yelled Shatnered, everybody in the theater would stop what we were doing and start overacting and
Yeah.
talking really slowly.
I've seen that
Yeah.
before.
One of my
Yes.
favorite lines ever was at the roast of William Shatner. I can't remember the comedian's name, but he looked at Shatner. He held out a paper bag and said, "Hey, would you do me a favor and act your way out of this?" It was just so funny. So funny. Anyway.
Next.
Yeah, who's up? Sadie.
What is the question?
The question is, what TV show are you currently watching?
TV? I don't have time for TV.
Documentary,
Your answer is also
movie.
I can barely.
Yeah.
I can barely do the stuff I need to do. Oh, I guess I've kind of been like trying to watch Stranger Things, but I haven't been doing a very good job because I fall asleep.
Stop watching your damn favorite show while you're comfortable. You got to have it on in the background while you're doing something, because then you can peek over from the kitchen or peek
And
over
miss
from-
everything.
Well, that's better than falling asleep, because fucking Netflix, that you know they ain't
It's
gonna
the
stop
same
the
damn
shit.
thing.
They'll play the whole damn season. You wake up and it's a damn finale fucking
Tomorrow.
music playing. You're like,
There's
no.
a lot of shows I need to catch up on.
Well, there's some good ones. Ali Man.
What television shows have I been watching lately? Big Brother. On new season.
You keep up with that every year?
I've been for the last few, yeah. Big Brother, Survivor, those type of things. I like watching them. I also, when I'm playing video games, I try and stream a movie or something on the other monitor all the time. And right now I'm going through the Lord of the Rings. I'm about 3/4 of
I
the way
like
through
that.
the first movie. So
I haven't
Yeah.
gotten through all the Hobbits yet.
no, you haven't gotten through all the Hobbits yet.
It's pretty short, so it should be pretty easy to
No.
get through.
No, they're not. 10
There's
10
like
hours of
there's
movie.
like wasn't there 3 videos?
Yeah, 3 movies. The
I
shortest one is
think I only
2.5,
watched the
3.5
first
hours.
2.
Yeah.
I think they should have did The Hobbit before they did The Lord of the Rings.
Well,
He wrote the. Yeah, I mean, it's a. Yeah, it's a.
I don't think they would ever got the budget to do The Hobbit without having the success of The Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
it would have been a much different movie. It would only have been one movie, right? It wouldn't have been a trilogy. It would only have been one movie that would have just stuck to the material that was in the book, and that's all you would have got.
The Amazon series coming up of the Second Age. So who knows how that's
Oh, yeah.
I heard Guillermo del Toro was working on The Hobbit, and then that immediately put a shock down my system because Guillermo's way too good at everything, and I didn't want to be terrified of Frodo and his friends. But it was mostly for like art and stuff like that. I was like, oh, thank Jesus. Oh,
Frodo's not in The Hobbit, Mikey. It's about
and Lord of the Rings too.
Whoopsie.
I like the dragon in The Hobbit.
World. Calm down, everybody. Damn halflings get all run out of weed. Hobbity with me. Peck. HR.
I don't call me out for being one of those people, but I just I don't watch a lot of series or things. I watch
We're gonna call you out. We're gonna call you out. Yeah.
I watch like YouTube channels and stuff more than I watch any sort of TV or anything. So like Bo the Fifth Column's pretty good. There's a couple others that I watch. Ancient Egyptian documentaries, Ancient Sumeria, all of that sort of thing. I think the last show I watched was Leverage Redemption. That was a while ago.
Okay.
Leverage.
Okay.
Leverage is a good show because it's a bunch of like crooks and thieves, but they're like taking down rich assholes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cathartic in this day and age.
All right,
but I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I haven't seen like any of the other shows y'all are mentioning because I can't afford to pay for those subscription services.
HR, you're getting controversial. You're getting
Madam Who.
Oh, hello, Madam Who.
My answer, Mikey, and then I think you have to answer, but my answer would be Russian Doll on Netflix.
Yeah.
There's it's the second season came out maybe a month ago, but I just finally got around to watching. And really good, really interesting story, really cool, really fun.
I watched the first one. It was really good. I like that actress.
And you gotta with the first season, a couple of episodes in, you just gotta say, okay, this is the world that we exist in, and I'm just gonna take it. And as long as you can suspend your disbelief, you're gonna have a great time with the whole 2 seasons. It's awesome. If you're gonna get really particular about like time and fucking linear progression and like quantum whatever, then you're gonna have a bad time. But no, it's a great show with a great story. And there is one scene this made me happy because I'm a biased atheist, but there's one scene where in the second season where they just have like 5 minutes where they're just real casual about not believing in God, and it's like real cool and it's real normal, and it's great. That's cool that there's a show that is out there that is getting a lot of popularity, that people can just say like, hey, I don't really believe in a God, and that doesn't matter because and then they just kind of move on to the rest of like how they warp time and like I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not going to spoil anything, but Neil,
what the hell are you talking about?
Neil, what show or documentary series or movie have you been watching lately that you want to talk about right now? We've all answered. Mikey left. So
he failed before he
Yeah.
Well, he volunteers himself whenever we get too many people. So he likes to hang out in the back. I think he's just playing.
He could have still answered the question before he went.
Right.
Oh, he didn't answer the question. Well, check the private chat because it might be there.
I gotta leave for a moment to use the restroom, but I'll be back. But it should be enough time for Mikey to pop back in and answer the question.
It's not in the private chat.
Paul, you don't get away with not answering the
Come on,
question
Mike.
by putting it into chat that you got away with.
Horseshit!
Question.
If
Paul got
if
skipped?
I can sneak another one in there, Bosch is another thing that I've watched on Amazon Prime that I thought was really good.
I started watching that and then I forgot about it, and I keep seeing it pop up on my Amazon Prime feed. And I gotta get
Never heard
back
of
to
it.
that.
Yeah, it's
Really good.
It's very, very good. It's you know, a detective crime drama kind of shit, and it's really actually quite good.
Paul, you got to go before me, so because I seen that shit in the chat, so you got to answer now.
So I typically am on YouTube most of the time. So and unfortunately, I've been binging. There's a specific streamer named Cyrax that like gets trolled, and the guy's got some kind of mental issue or something, and like his whole saga, because the guy's been on YouTube since like 2009, making music, rap music, and like hardcore punk, and just watching the whole thing with this guy. It's like a train wreck type of deal where you're fascinated, but you just keep watching. And I spent the last 2 days watching documentaries on Cyrax, which is very embarrassing. But hopefully, nobody here in the side chat knows who the fuck he is. And don't look it up. I will deny everything.
No idea.
How do you spell that? Could you just...
He actually spells it like 4 or 5 different ways. So...
And the current spelling is...
I don't know. I've been trying. No, listen. I just found out about him last week, and I just started watching the other day, and I cannot find any evidence that he is currently on Twitch or on YouTube or anything. So, but it's
check TikTok.
Oh, I'm not on TikTok.
I don't TikTok.
'cause, like, I'm old and not
Well,
very
come on.
smart.
I TikTok for fuck's sakes, and I'm older than you, motherfucker.
Do you do it well?
No, totally.
Okay, there.
I suck at it, but
There's
it's
my
funny.
point.
my sucking at it apparently has gone somewhat viral in a smaller community. So
I would just get pissed and be like, "Fuck this."
How do I fucking do this?
Yeah. My kids would be like, "Dad, I
So,
disappoint them enough already."
so I totally missed what you said.
When?
About the show you watch.
YouTube show Cyrax.
Oh, that's right.
The whole damn
Never
thing.
mind. I did
He
catch
won't
that.
spell
I'm
it
just stupid
for
and
us.
forgot.
Yeah,
Right.
we have no idea.
Oh, he
we
does
don't
it.
have a link.
He does it with
Yeah.
a CRAX, a CRAXX, 3 X's. He spells it with a PSYRA. It's everywhere, dude.
Yeah. I'm typing that in right now.
Yeah. But if you just go on YouTube and look up, do the typical one is CRYAXX. I think you can find him. And it's. I feel bad for the guy, honestly. But like the way he treats people, and he's got.
Mikey.
What happened?
I'm just telling Mikey this room. Sorry.
Oh. Look at this motherfucker. All right, I'm done. Your turn, Neil.
Neil, you're up.
Well, Mikey pointed out one of the ones I was watching, which is The Boys. I watch a bunch of things at the same time.
I
Star
honestly
Trek,
thought it was Pokemon. Yeah.
No, not Pokemon. I haven't done Pokemon yet.
Is The Boys really good?
Yes.
I played the game, but is The Boys good? It's good. Be prepared for something very different than what you're used to in a superhero
It won't be what
show.
you're expected for a superhero show. That's
Lots of dicks.
I've only seen the
Lots
first
of
2
everything.
seasons, so no
I
third
would
season
I would
spoilers yet.
expect
Please.
nothing other than that from the what?
It's based on a comic book, so or a series or a graphic novel or whatever the hell it was, but I can't remember.
Like Beck
Anyway,
saying good night.
No, go back.
Good night, Beck.
Night, Beck. I don't even have a screen up, dude.
Good night, Beck.
Good night, John Boy.
The other one I was doing is Star Trek, of course, Strange New Worlds, which just finished.
It
Fucking
did.
phenomenal show.
It was really
they-
good.
fucking brought the heart of Star Trek back. If there was a heaven and Gene Roddenberry was looking down right now, he'd be going, "Oh, that's great. That's the way it was supposed to be." But of course, there isn't a heaven, and Gene Roddenberry's not up there saying that at all. So we'll have to. You know,
But his
say it
kid's
for him.
like a producer, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, there's family members involved.
yeah.
But they've been
At some
involved
point-
with all the Star Trek.
At
Even
some
Prodigy.
point in
have to
time in
say
the
goodnight
future,
to
they're going to.
kids. I'm about to have a dog war over here.
Yeah.
so.
Cool.
Right.
It
So you taking
starts.
off, Angie?
Are you-
Yes, but I had fun. It's good to see y'all again.
Are you
Good to
choosing
see you.
sides in the war?
What war?
The dog war.
Oh no, I'm just the referee.
Okay.
Again, Leanne, I followed you on Twitter, so
I'll follow
send
you
me a
back.
message if you want to ever come to Girls Night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
For
Have a
real.
good night.
Hey, look,
Bye, y'all.
I mean,
We
So Neil,
Bye,
at some
Madam
point
Who,
in time,
and Bree, if you want in, we have room.
at some point in time in the future, they will develop an AI based on Gene Roddenberry, and he might agree with you.
I like that, and it's highly plausible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They'll probably make
Anyway.
an AI of L. Ron Hubbard first.
Guys,
Mm.
I'm taking off too. I got a
was gonna say,
really
it's-
long
it's
day
already
tomorrow.
nighttime.
Yeah, it's a really long day for me tomorrow because I'm officer of the day tomorrow. Ooh, I get a whole bunch of extra work to
OD.
do. Yeah, I hate it.
Awesome.
Make sure
I
you
hate
bark at all those employees.
No, I don't have to do anything like that. It's just that you don't
make them
Yeah.
fetch your reports.
Hi,
Yeah.
Gage.
officer of the day is nothing like what you're imagining. All it is I do all the everybody's grunt work all day that gets reported.
Oh, so
That's
there's
what
no,
I get
Working
to do.
down to
Yeah.
the bone.
there's no,
it's
Beagle
it's
costume
not.
involved.
Yeah, no Beagle costumes, definitely not. All right, have a good night, guys.
Later, Ollie.
Hi, Ollie, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bay you later. I mean, see you later. To the bone. Get it?
No, that didn't come up yet.
Get it? To the bone.
Yeah, I know that. Just a bunch of
Okay,
anime stuff
he's
like
gone.
Boruto
Let's
and
talk about
other
it.
ones. Yeah.
Mikey, you're slipping. Steph got to it before you. I'm
Everyone who was
disappointed.
expecting it.
I just thought it slipped it in there.
I mean, it's a requirement, right? Mikey's still playing the game that I got kicked out of because I was AFK.
No, I'm on Twitter. Waiting for invites.
I was gonna say I like frisbee golf. Like I play.
Oh my god, he went the whole episode.
Y'all
I know.
y'all
I
gonna
know
watch-
I
about
was gonna
some.
come back just because you said that. That's how you summon.
Oh yeah. He's
No,
on
Saturday.
fire right now. He's like,
It's like, oh
what did
shit.
you just fucking say?
My
Y'all
my
gonna
disc
watch-
golf senses are tingling.
Y'all gonna watch my Twitch channel?
True.
What did you say, Steph?
I said y'all gonna watch my sail making Twitch channel?
Fuck yeah. Do you have it up
You're
yet?
doing the sale making.
Not
When are you
yet.
doing that?
I might be doing it pretty soon. I'm thinking
Nice.
about it.
Might.
It's like,
might.
what the fuck, you know? I might as well be show people some old lady crawling around on her hands and knees, fixing up
Making
sales
sales.
pit and you know, and
See?
and,
See,
and,
you
and
summoned
talking,
him.
and talking trash the entire time. Like, you know, you want to, you know, prepare yourself.
SR, S,
I think you
SR,
should do
and
it.
you don't believe in the supernatural.
Hmm.
Yet that
No,
just happened.
still don't.
How do you
Because
explain
you probably.
Technology.
Do you want?
Hey, Ollie.
I get shushed by Ben a lot.
Do you want the? Do you want the metaphysical understanding, or do you want the
Paul.
ontological, epistemological,
You're using
fundamental?
far too many
Paul,
syllables.
you get shushed a lot because you keep trying to spill my secrets to the
Shit.
public, and that's when you signed your contract with the Cult of Bob. You said you wouldn't do it.
Bro, Paul, look, you don't have
I
to
want-
say anything. Just kind of like wink at me, you know, like maybe like
want-
grab the ear or whatever. But
I
like
have something for this.
Ben's not a doctor.
Wink.
Like he's not even like trying to learn, right? Like
want-
that's
I
all
want-
bullshit,
I want
right?
the
You
12
just look at
phone
me,
and-
just
Going
wink.
to be held
just give me-
hostage.
I don't remember when I wrote that. I was probably drinking
He was
that
playing
night.
a symbol.
It's
That'd
my
be Mikey.
husband.
Oh,
He's putting a
Nice.
cap on the Berkey. It's not a symbol.
ah,
On the what?
It's a water filter. It's
cap?
like a
What?
metal water filter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
big
I was
Berkey.
like, cap on the Berkey. Is that British? Is that
It's
German?
Yeah.
it's the Welsh equivalent of shrimp on the Barbie. You didn't know that?
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
get cultured, Mikey. Jesus fucking
I told you I'm working on Mandarin.
is Ben a dentist?
Shrimp on the Barbie, cap on the Berkey. Yeah, whatever.
I am not a dentist, and I will not be a dentist.
What did
Damn
you
it,
say
I'm
about the
just gonna
army
do my bridge
dentist or
work.
what?
Army dentists are like the most super hua people like I have ever met in my life, and it's so.
I
funny.
don't want somebody going hoo-wah when they're looking in my mouth.
It's so
That's
funny
not-
because like I was at
Sorry,
officer training,
dude.
and like and we're talking about like people that are going to they're going to medical stations like right outside of combat, and the dentists are like, wait, can you put dentists there? And they're like, no, we do not put dentists there. Like, but what if they're an oral surgeon? Like, no, we don't put dentists there. They were like so upset that like it wasn't like you chose to be a dentist. That's on you.
That
Like,
is
you
so
could just not be a
bizarre.
dentist. You chose that.
Well,
Oh,
it is rather nice that a physician can just open wide and go and you don't have to go any deeper. That's good. It's like
God damn it.
okay, that could get clipped and used in so many ways.
Where's tons of mice?
Everyone making my job so awkward.
Ben, are you? This is it. Totally tangent. Has nothing to do with the last conversation. Are you
Yeah.
going to get me those tongue depressors, or do I
We
need to
actually like
find
SR is
somebody
apparently
else?
going to steal them from my office.
Well,
That's what I heard.
well,
Okay.
You still
I think-
refuse to examine his rash, which is
This is true. This is true.
You didn't hear where the
You're
rash
not
was.
See,
Oh my god.
TOS! TOS!
Oh darn! I don't know what
Oh,
happened there.
shit!
Oh, now he's like now you literally put him under me.
well.
This is the way.
I
Should be careful, Ben.
I feel it's incumbent upon
That's
me
what the reason I
as
said it that way.
I feel it's incumbent upon me as being center square to make somewhat uncomfortable remarks. But carry
What
on.
did I just come back
This is
to?
awkward, SR. This is awkward.
You're better off not knowing HR. You'll fire everyone.
Hey, that's all fucked up.
So those tongue
That's
depressors,
fucked up.
Look at
What are you
Air's
making
comment.
popsicles or
Look at
something?
Air's
SR? Some special popsicles, some CBD
popsicles.
Air commented.
That's it. That's what I'm doing. Popsicles.
SR, what is
I need more
in the
coffee.
gumbo-
I have to
Are there
check my other
gumballs
tonsils.
in the gumball
Be
machine?
right
I
back.
really-
No, these back here. These
Anal
are
beads.
marbles. I cannot eat them. I cannot blow bubbles. These are
Okay.
marbles.
Well, have you tried?
Not with
Right,
that
you'd be blowing
attitude.
bubbles, but they'd be blood bubbles.
Those are fun.
Are they 5 cents a piece, or are they a penny a piece? How do you
No,
get 'em out?
it's a quarter. I've tried.
You need to borrow a hammer.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake, a
Well-
quarter? Really?
Yeah.
No, actually, the gumball machine only takes tongue depressors. Thank you, SR.
Now it all comes back. I see how this works. Shit.
Well,
I think we broke Elliot.
I think
I mean-
Not really his fault.
Yeah, he came in here, didn't he?
Yeah, he knew the risks.
He
He signed a
did.
waiver
This
just like
was
everybody
informed
else.
consent.
But
This was informed
I am
consent.
I'm a
That's right.
little disappointed that they aren't actual gumballs. I mean,
I tried
Me
that.
too,
It
actually.
costs a lot of money. You'd be surprised how quick gumballs
Dude.
like expire.
Dude,
You've never
dude,
heard of
They aren't
Sam's
good
Dude.
after a very short amount of time.
No, they don't expire when they're in there. Come on.
it's also it's
fucking
a
airtime.
space-time continuum thing going on in there. It's
There's a lot of technology in that bitch.
I think it's incumbent upon you to to acknowledge on
He's dying.
one of the ACA shows that gumballs cannot be resurrected.
Oh yes,
Once
they can.
they're gone,
They
they're
can,
gone.
however.
Swallow it. It'll come back.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many.
We broke
quarters
him.
you throw
I
in
did
there,
not
they're
think it
just
was
gone.
possible to break SR, but we did it. We did it tonight, everyone.
Something else
Whoopsie
to
fact.
consider, Elliot. You're worried about it costing so much money. Those quarters are yours because it's your gumball machine. So you can
Yeah,
just
exactly. It's
keep
It's all
feeding the
coming
gumball.
back
What is
to
the
you.
problem?
He's,
You
he's,
take put the quarter
just sitting,
in.
he's
you
just sitting
take
here
the
like,
quarter
fuck.
out, you put it back in. You're
You're making money off yourself.
gonna
He
get
forgot that he got. You know,
Hit up
did it
the
come?
Costco.
Did
Okay.
it come with a key? Can you open it and get your quarters back?
It's a Phillips head fucking screwdriver. Like
You have to
I
put a
use a
whole
hammer. It's
screwdriver.
faster.
You have to
yes,
put a
I
whole
have to take
screwdriver in
off-
there every time.
I have to take off the entire bottom of this thing, and it's like 2 pieces. Like I've done this before. I've cleaned this. Like again, I put gumballs in here, but they cost. You'd be so like double bubble, like Wrigley.
Now.
Like
Yeah.
it's a monopoly. You guys,
Yeah.
it's a monopoly.
It's
on
a-
the gum industry.
Mhm.
It's a racket, and they charge you way too much. And
We
marbles,
are spending an inordinate amount of time on SR's balls, aren't we?
And we're back.
Balls. I'm not spending any time on SR balls. I'm
Marbles.
talking about
Marbles.
Did you know right now, if you're
Spheroids.
watching here on Neil the 604 Atheist YouTube channel, you can send a super chat that will require Mikey or Neil to say your comment. So if for some reason you wanted to send $5 or $10 and talk about SR's marbles, you can do that right now.
Oh, come
That
on,
is-
Elliot. We always talk about your marbles.
or lack thereof.
Mostly when
Alright.
you're not
Is
here.
that for all the
I already
marbles
lost his
that you
marbles.
lost?
And you,
Held on,
Yeah.
Hillbilly's
Is that where you
comment.
save your marbles that you lose?
you always start the conversation on it. So, you know. It's like you're taunting us with that thing.
Held on, hillbilly.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm
Yeah, look at-
flaunting
look
it.
at the comment.
It's like it's right there. It's like
Hey, check out my marbles, people.
It's
Look
supposed
at
to have
Held on,
bubblegum in
Hillbilly's
it.
I
comment.
think it's a lovely.
Held on, Hillbilly's comment.
It's great.
It's a lovely, I think, lovely accoutrement, but on the other hand, it's like I'm somewhat disappointed.
I am
All
pretty
right,
cheap.
okay.
let me just say this to HH. I am pretty cheap. I mean, like 5, maybe 5 and a
Cheap,
quarter.
but not easy.
So
right?
the rumors are true.
Oh, so if they're marbles,
Mhm.
See, I'm the other
do
way
you
around. I'm easy. but not
play
cheap, so.
marbles? I mean, it's like, do you,
I have before, and I was bad at it.
all right.
Well, did
So
you have
Ben,
a
we're
basic
counting
understanding
on
of the
you the
rules?
next time you co-host with him. We're counting on you to check on his marbles.
That will not happen. That will not happen on a college
Right
If
show.
I
beside
catch
his
it, if I catch the show live, I'm
Why
going to
not?
put in comments.
Let's talk.
See,
marbles.
see, Talk Heathen's just gonna like become like if for some reason they let SR and me host a show together ever again, it's just like gonna go down this like slippery slope of the two of us just like messing with each other the entire show, and like nothing will happen. Like no calls will be taken, and people, except for like Paul's gonna call in asking about marbles. And
Yeah.
Well,
It may-
they're-
Oh,
Completely
Yeah,
serious. The
they're-
last show you guys did was great. I don't know why they wouldn't let you guys co-host again.
Thank you.
it was mostly Ben. Farron,
The real question is, what were they ejected out of?
It's owned by Mitzi at one point.
See, I'm still just waiting for like the best group of people to all be on the nonprofits at the same time. Like I'm saying, like we need an episode with Neil, SR, Phoebe, and me, and then nothing will happen the whole
And
episode.
nothing
It'll just
ever.
be chaos.
The rest of us in
Mass
here are
chaos.
neat. Interesting.
So
This is-
can I
this
answer
is-
the question? Can I?
Yes, the $4.99 super chat from Farron. Thank you, Farron, by the way, for that. Have those marbles ever been ejected like a ping pong.
So,
did you ever go by the name Mitzi at all? Just curious. There's inquiring minds want to know this.
The giggles put context to the name.
I think technically you owe me like $3.59 American, but we'll talk about that afterwards. But
that is cheap.
I mean,
I paid $20 for that once.
Well,
Wait,
that was the .com bubble, and I mean,
that was before the housing crisis.
Fucking 08 was a bitch.
Technically, to answer the question, technically, yes, but from what apparatus is that would be outside of the question. You'd have to pay another $4.99. So
Well, that's why I tried to suffice it with that, but I got ignored.
That's the $30 a month website. I have a subscription. That's how I know this. Patreon.com. I thought it was an OnlyFans. Wasn't that what you were doing?
Sure, I thought we weren't allowed to say that.
Terms of service.
Thank you, Mikey.
Listen, Mikey in the background. Terms of service.
I think after this, they'll never let me back on another AXP or another ACA show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Well.
Uh-oh.
I've probably fucked the chances of ever being on it, so I'm cool with it.
I'm doing another nonprofits pretty soon.
Are you? Cool.
Mm-hmm. I'll be doing one of those.
I was talking to Greg about doing, putting together a what is an ally show.
That'd be good.
That's a good idea.
And just kind of into it. Maybe we can do it.
Same with Transatlantic. That'd be good to see you back on that show too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really what's an ally? What the Episcopal Church did today is an ally. The Episcopal Church made a declaration to the conference of bishops of the Episcopal Church that said, we support trans-affirming care.
That's good.
That is good.
It's a step in the right direction. That's progress.
It's a step in the right direction. Where have I seen that from the atheist community? I want to see allies. I want to see accomplices. People who are willing to step up and say, we support you.
Without interrupting.
Don't see enough of it.
Without interrupting you too bad, I think there's a lot of people that are totally down to help, but the messengers are sloppy. The messengers are trashy. They're toxic, and don't nobody got time to be dealing with them. So a lot of causes get overlooked because the messengers are bad. Not that the cause is unjust, but just because it's like, I know the Green Bay Packers aren't the worst team in the NFL, but man, they got the worst fucking fans on the planet. You know what I mean? It's just like there's a lot of bad representation going around, and heaven forbid you tell people they're representing a group of anything poorly. Heaven forbid their little fifis get hurt because they're not being a good representative of an actual cause that can actually do some good for some people. So
had to use football, didn't you? Did you forget where I live?
The Eagles are worse.
Sorry.
The Lions?
Hey, I got the Bears.
Not
sure. The Eagles
Doesn't
are
matter
worse
how bad
than
the Bears do.
Packers.
Not sure where you're going with that, Mikey.
What do you want people to do?
I want people to do what the Episcopal Church did.
Which was what?
Say that they support gender affirming care for.
So do you want things done, or do you want people to say things? Because people will say things all day.
I want people to say things.
Actions.
I want people to say things and do things at once.
Follow up on what they say.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Everyone just is promoting say. And you're going to get a lot of people that tell you, yes, say, I'll say that. Oh yeah, I'll totally never go against Roe. It's prescribed law. It's case doc. And then you turn around. So saying is nothing. We don't need I don't care if people say that they're not racist, right? It doesn't bother me if they say that they are racist. Doesn't bother me. What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, how do you interact with me? How do you affect me? So when looking for allies, how can I affect you? How can my effect help and better your life? How can I affect? Now, what can I say? How can I affect?
It takes the saying first, and then the doing next. And if people say they're going to be affirming, then you watch and see what they do next. I mean, if people don't say anything, the problem is that too many people are not willing to say a goddamn thing. And so say something and then do something. I'm encouraged by people saying things, and I'm watching to see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's if nobody is willing to say anything, then we're stuck in a position of nobody's willing to say anything, let alone do anything. I'm encouraged by the saying. I am waiting to see the doing.
What, in your opinion, what would be the best thing someone could do to demonstrate when they say they're an ally, that they're for the whole thing? Like if they came out and said the same thing as the church, what would be the best thing they could do to demonstrate that?
Well,
I think the best thing would be actually getting involved in legislation and other things.
So if we could get people into positions where that could actually do something, that would be probably one of the first steps. I think is getting people into positions where they could actually legislate for this sort of thing.
Within that
includes voting.
Right.
Like
within their community, being advocates, platforming people, giving voice to people within their community to present.
I try to do that here.
Yeah, which you do, and which is wonderful.
It's also fun. I like doing this sort of thing. Right?
Yeah, it's fun and it's cool because it's like, hey, we're just people.
Exactly, and we're all friends, so why not have a good time?
Why not?
But important stuff like this definitely needs to be brought up to show that you can do these kinds of things to help any cause that you want. This is one of the best ways, in my opinion, because we all get together.
But what you don't want to do is say, well, when somebody speaks up, you just sort of take them, like, well, you're being a little bit too loud, blah blah blah.
Not here. That ain't gonna happen.
And when you have this is why this particular statement made me feel really good.
You want to adjust your iPad? You're breaking up real bad on us.
I might.
Or if you can get a little closer, like you're just out of the range. So
I'm just out of range.
There you go.
Now, Mikey.
There you go.
It's good when a community makes a forceful statement. It's bad when a community just basically says, well, your voice is a little too loud, so maybe shut up. It's tricky.
Kind of discouraging.
Yeah.
Well, voices are heard here. That's for sure. I try to make that happen as much as I can. What happened to Ben, by the way?
Ben decided to be invisible.
Yeah, Ben.
I'm here. I'm
He's
here.
picking his
I'm
nose.
I'm
Totally
working
picking
on,
your
I'm
nose.
working on something. I'm exhausted. But
You were doing the
no,
nod.
we're
Come
good.
on.
I'm working on
You're
something.
like,
No, I'm on an
You guys-
interview rotation, so like everything I do is like under the
I just
microscope.
hurt my neck.
He claims he's
So-
studying in medical school. I don't.
Oh no! Right this minute,
Well,
I'm not. I'm not
yeah.
studying right now. But it's a lot of
Somebody
energy
clip that.
because It's
Clip that.
Well, I'm not right now, but no, it's an interesting transition. Like because I just started 4th year, and it's like the amount of things that I know hasn't really improved by much, but the expectation has, and so I'm like, that's fun because I don't know what's going on, and like a lot of the advice I've been given is like, yeah, fake it. Like just fake, because like the big thing is like they're expecting me to function like more at a resident level, because that's what they're trying to. They're essentially trying to see if I can work here, if they want me to work here as a physician. So this is it's kind of exhausting, but I'm working on something a bit more relaxing right now. But that's kind of where I went.
So I know when I first got on, I know one of like the questions that you asked me was about like who I was watching when I first deconverted. So when I do another roundtable of like how old were you when you deconverted, and then like what like YouTube or what was the first book that got you on it?
the kickstart.
Yeah, go for
We,
it.
we can do that, but I'll warn you ahead of time if because you're always welcome to jump into these after parties anytime you want, by the way. If you see us going. There's a lot of cradle atheists in this crowd. Like people that are never religious. So
Right.
they're boring. Their answer is going to be really boring. Just a heads up.
That's okay.
I call myself an almost cradle atheist because I was already questioning shit when I was a kid, and they put me in the hallway in Hebrew school.
I think
Wait,
Mikey
this
should
doesn't
go
make any
first and
fucking
then
sense.
direct traffic around.
I think that's a great idea. That's why you're HR.
That's why you get moved to the top.
yeah.
It's okay, we'll just start down there, no problem.
Why would we start at the very bottom? That's weird.
Is
Oh,
anything
HR already
about
up
this
there.
show not weird?
7. All right, HR, go ahead.
I just said you should start.
Look, that's not the answer to the question, okay? You're deflecting. There's something you don't want to talk about?
I'm
All right.
deflecting. Okay.
Objection,
Okay.
hearsay.
At least you're not
who
yelling at
moved
me
position?
Permission to treat the is that the hostile witness?
The hostile witness.
I mean, I was just on not too long ago sharing my story. So I I was kind of around church for a while, and then I got placed in foster care with Nazarene pastors and got really into it because I needed something to believe in. And then it became less important because I was just trying to survive. And then when I turned 33, I was like, this is when all the enlightened masters of history have, found things. So I set off to find what was true. And I started down YouTube rabbit holes. And I went through all kinds of crazy stuff, Mud Fossil University, Spirit Science, and then finally I reached Atheist Debates.
Spirit Science.
Spirit Science. And finally I reached debates between atheist and theist and was like, oh, these people make sense, finally. So I listened to a lot of Seth Andrews at first, Rationality Rules, Genetically Modified Skeptic. I eventually got to ACA content type stuff, but it was just a lot of debates that I watched because like I said, I'm kind of one of those boring people that will sit through lectures willingly.
I do that too.
Yeah, so I watched a lot of debates more than channel content, and of course Christopher Hitchens debating anyone. Especially like he debated his brother.
Oh yeah.
That was one where he made a lot of points where I was like, okay. So that was it for me. Now Mikey's
Which
turn.
was this?
I came to atheism very early, and even as a child of a very, very Methodist tradition, and was basically, it's like I can't fit myself into this. None of this doesn't work for me, and given my own circumstances, it was just basically
almost a natural
working my way through keeping peace in the family, but reconciling who I was with who I was. And it fortunately was not the strain of Christianity that I was brought up in wasn't fundamentalist. So it wasn't
like I said, strain.
I was gonna be that. Yeah, it's not like I was gonna be alienated from my family for being who I was, but yet I needed to make a whole bunch of compromises, and eventually all of those compromises just fell apart.
Right.
So. And who was your first YouTube rabbit hole?
My whole process was way before YouTube. I mean, my process was reading Paul Tillich, reading reading David Hume, reading just that's it.
So it was the books
it was
first.
way before it was way before any of this stuff.
For those young ones out there, books are those things you actually pick up to read and have pages. Just to get visual.
Government propaganda.
Square metal box.
E-books.
All right.
I'm confused. I'm too old for that shit. But no,
I don't like
but I did start. I found the ACA back in the early 2000s. I was watching that stuff, and I still to this day I watch. I'm curious about Mormons, cults, the Mormons, the JWs, the Scientology, all of this stuff. It's just, it makes me curious. Like, well, how do people get into this shit?
That's the better question. How the hell do you fall for it? I think that's a vestige of that's vestigial, like, was I there? I think it's curious. I think it's curious that people can having an earthquake. Sorry.
Can sort of bring their minds around to having these ridiculous beliefs. And also, it's curious how difficult it is for people to leave them. And
well, what's the quote? If you didn't rationalize yourself into it, how do you rationalize yourself out of it? So I think for a lot of people, they're like just born into it, born into religion. And so they don't really question it.
It's just the way.
This is the way.
Yeah, I agree. I think your beliefs are based on where you're born and who you're raised by. So you don't really have a choice for the most part. Many of us are lucky and find our way clear of it early enough. Some takes longer. Some are born into a non-religious family. So all they know is, but who knows? They could become total like all the woo stuff like Leanna and I did. They could end up there and then have to find their way out of that kind of a belief system too. Or they could be born into one of the Aryan race families and be a complete shithead. And they have to find their way out of that. And I've spoken to people who have come out of all those types of systems too. An ex-skinhead, an ex-woo-woo guru who lives in my neck of the woods, actually, and an ex-Scientologist, ex-Mormons, ex-everything has been on the show pretty much now. And some of them, it's just like my mind just wants to cave in on itself because some of that shit is just so out there. And then sometimes I just want to cry because some of those systems are horrifying. Some of the stuff, and like a couple of people that have been on my show could have been killed, and one of them even showed their face, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, man? That's your decision if that's what you want." But yeah, apparently he's away from that area, so it wasn't as unsafe for him now. So, which is good.
Yeah, I heard that if you're a Mormon and you believe stuff, you can get really. It's kind of dangerous to share
this guy
secrets.
was an ex-Muslim, so. And he apparently part of his family wanted him. Yeah, strict.
Yeah, that's one of my friends who was a doctor, who was a doctor clinic. She had to change her last name and stuff because her family was from the Middle East and she converted to Christianity, and they wanted to kill her. So she had to change her name and everything and go into hiding. It was scary, just to go from Muslim to Christianity.
Witness protection, yeah. And I have to ask you something, Sadie. I know we're kind of on a serious question, but this sort of just struck me. All right, did you hack into the NBC network?
Yeah.
I'm just curious because there's a little peacock up in the corner there, and that's the NBC peacock, right? I thought maybe you hacked into NBC, and we're now broadcasting live on NBC.
The Prince logo.
Hello, America.
She's frozen now.
It's Prince.
Welcome from Canada. We're sending all our Cobra chickens
down
there to kick some ass for you.
It was from the picture was from the Super Bowl and it was in Minnesota.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I was going to give you props too. Oh shit!
And see, there's the Prince symbol, and the circle where the stadium is. The Viking Stadium.
What do they use that for?
Internet's really super slow.
Ping pong mostly.
Huh?
Parking.
Oh man, shots fired.
What do they do in there? Is that where they go to lose football games?
They try to stay warm.
Remember when the snow caved
The
in the
Eagles
last one?
Eagles fan really trashed our stadium.
That was cool.
Oh yeah, we don't
They're
have
from
that
Philly. What do you
stadium anymore. It's a
expect?
brand new one.
Yeah, their fucking hockey team in the 70s was called the was it the
The Bruise Brothers, that fucking forward
It was
line
funny
that would
because
just
some of
knock
them like
everyone's
stole
teeth out.
This is an interesting question because I'm not sure how old were you when you deconverted. It's like, how old were you when you first started
thinking? Like for real?
deconstructing the belief that you were raised in. As
I think it happens slow for some people.
That's an easier question for me to
some
answer.
people have a more skeptical mind than others.
Yeah.
I was always very skeptical. I founded my debate team in high school, but I was very alone and didn't have anybody, and these people were taking me in. So there a lot of people who are dealing with trauma or poverty or things like that, whether you believe it or not, you need the support.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I had a lot of weird beliefs, man. I was very influenced by the things I watched on TV, and I actually thought there was an old cartoon called Sinbad, and I thought that if I pulled my belt, I would get stronger. And I thought that if I ate spinach, like
did it
Popeye,
work?
I would
That
get
was
stronger.
only 10 years ago, folks.
Yeah, that was like 10
Neil,
years ago.
Neil,
2 weeks ago.
is pull your belt a euphemism for something? I mean, I just want
How
to
did
make
I know
sure
that question was coming?
I just want to clarify for everybody out there.
You don't want to open that can of worms.
I wasn't
You might
really
try burping the worm.
Come on, man. It's just
I don't
lives.
believe at like 6 years old that was on my mind yet.
There's
So-
not nearly as much quicksand or short-term memory loss in the real world as TV led me to believe.
Well, your memories come and go, right? Like some stick with you, some don't.
You'd be
forgotten
surprised
more
how
than I
much
remember.
quicksand I've dealt with in my life.
I don't even remember how I got here.
Is that a euphemism?
Maybe you're dreaming, Mikey.
It was all a dream.
Neil has inceptioned into your mind.
He believes in hard solipsism.
See, there's way less quicksand and a lot more gumball machines.
Sure.
How have we not addressed this yet?
I don't know how many people have noticed.
I noticed it right away.
It's been there
It took me a minute to catch
I've
yours,
been
though,
sitting here
Paul.
for a little bit with
I
my
was more
gumball
sneaky
machine.
about it.
I know.
I wanna know how many people
I
call
thought you
Paul's
were
name
muted
change
doing
over
something.
there.
It's dying over there.
I was
Poor Ellen.
No, I was making this logo. That's what I was doing.
You can't see it because it's off camera. I have
A blood pressure cuff ready?
no. I may or may not have like 2, maybe 3 other gumball machines in different styles off camera.
So
I don't know why I like them.
We don't kink shame
but they
around
make
here,
me-
but
well, it's not.
that's
No,
what's up with the
I
gumball
mean,
machines,
I
man?
wouldn't be upset if it was a kink. I don't know.
Do they hold different sized gumballs?
Oh, you
It's
bet.
not that they.
Better believe it.
Because the orifice has got to be a different size on some of them, right?
It's a different way to get into the
Oh
gumballs.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And as you keep
It's a
using
different
them,
way
they
to
can
get
wear out.
into the gumballs, right? And
I don't want to go into the
So here's
whole
my
world.
question for Mikey: when is our new song gonna come out?
You didn't record it, remember?
Yeah, we were
I
at
know, but
better,
we can
and then
fix
you
that.
disappeared for a million
I know.
hours. So, I don't. When did you want it to get recorded?
2025.
I was about to say the next better. Was that the plan?
Later, I think is the answer.
Yeah, later is. Oh, there she is. Still frozen.
Still frozen.
NBC got pissed.
Is that better?
I mean,
Well,
Sure.
I sent SR the picture of the gumball machine.
I just
hope he
felt bad
uses
because I
it.
was starting to
that
crack
what you
up when I
were working
noticed
on?
and people were talking, and I didn't want them to
I
think
was
that I was
dying.
like laughing at them, but I
Yeah.
also didn't want to give it away.
I had to
Whoa,
mute myself.
whoa! I want to call out. I want to call out this person right
Yo,
here.
Wish Tom Servo.
Like Crash the Party. Like that's your name on YouTube. But I mean, Nate. Let me just say, like, dude, calm
Haven't seen
down.
Nate in forever.
Yeah, where you been? What you
Chill.
doing? Yeah, I mean,
not collecting gumball machines.
apparently,
Yeah, not collecting
And-
gumball
and-
machines.
that's okay. If he doesn't want to do that, that's fine. But I feel like he's really
That's-
missing out on a good investment.
I'm saying the gumball machine thing is a cool thing. I think it's very good.
No, it is cool, but I just have to give SR shit for everything that he does.
Hope you're doing all right, Eddie.
So
If you have to.
Ben also doesn't like the way you comb your hair.
this
Yeah.
is
What? Okay, now settle down.
What?
Can't be a man
Yeah.
because he doesn't
Yeah.
smoke the same cigarettes as me. So
There's-
there you go.
Yeah,
Well, he's
Can't
got
get
them
nothing.
What do
clove
you guys
ones.
do if I came in here with a giant mohawk and it was all just up?
I'd actually
Whoa!
put money down on that, Neil. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
we all would. We
you
all
can-
would.
I got at least $5
Neil,
I think-
on that.
Neil,
Don't
you
invite
could-
me to that stream.
Neil,
I
you
think
could
Neil
rock
is
and
just
roll.
bald and he wears a fake hair thing.
I think
Oh,
Neil
right.
just invited
There
us
we
to
go.
a
Neil's got a
been
toupee.
How
demonstrated-
dare
shit,
you?
he got kicked.
It has
That is-
been
there are rules.
demonstrated in real life that
Yeah.
this is not a fact. That
Yeah.
that-
You watch your blasphemous tongue, Sadie.
It's a tube.
yeah.
My
Sadie
But-
has seen it.
thing.
But you
Or
could
sorry,
style.
Stephanie has seen it.
You could style the mohawk,
Oh, yeah.
no problem.
My favorite thing was when Jonathan wore like a mop on stream trying to be Neil that one time.
What?
Y'all disrespectful.
Problem is, with the length of my hair as what it is, it would probably I'd have to use some heavy duty type of product.
Copious
And then
Of
amounts
I
of
course you
decided-
would. Of course you
Blue.
would, but you
Gotta
could
get the
still
Then
blue
I would
Aquanet.
have to
Oh.
cut it all off afterwards, and I'm not prepared to do that.
Why would you have to cut it
Neil,
off? What are
we
you
can't
talking about?
see like the ceiling, so you could just like tie it, and we wouldn't know.
These sound
valid
like
point.
excuses.
I agree.
Neil, just
Elliot
set your
just wants to give me $5. That's all. Just give me the $5.
Neil, just set your green screen up. You know I got you.
Yeah, right.
He can't even sit his
Why
Lego
does Neil's
boxes up
mohawk
right.
stick
What are you
through
talking
his
about?
bandana? What's going on here? And how come he still has hair down here?
Oh my god, his graphics card's overheating. Neil, get the fans.
The box fans in the ice
Put
box.
the fan on the mohawk. Put the
See,
fan on the mohawk.
Ox is on my side on this.
They're overheating because it's overheating because his fan is made out of Legos.
That's right.
see
Speaking
him
of the fan,
trying
I
to
got
do
this
that.
monster fan in the other room there because I didn't want it to be too loud and interfere here. But it literally sounds like a fucking swamp buggy in the other room right now.
I can't hear it, but how could it possibly get any airflow through that wall of Legos next to you?
I mean,
Yikes.
I made a special hole.
Out
Oh,
Out
did
of
it have
Legos?
anything to do with marbles?
That's getting clipped.
Yeah, you guys are
the marbles.
you guys are really stepping
See,
in it
full
today.
circle
I'm
back
sorry,
to the
no,
marbles.
Not gonna fucking let it go.
I'm not saying anything today.
I've had too much sugar today. I think this
We're
is
all
the
getting
most y'all
ourselves,
have ever heard
digging
me
ourselves
talk.
a hole.
What is this too
You-
much
you guys-
sugar you speak of?
There's a limit.
You,
I didn't
you
realize
guys
that.
know how OA has that challenge to get her to dress up in Halloween costumes on her Twitch?
Yes.
So my challenge, if you get up to a certain amount of channel points, I will cosplay as Neil for a trivia night. I will make this happen.
What?
Oh
what?
my.
I'm sorry. What?
Is this an
Why?
active community
I wasn't at my
challenge?
keyboard.
Oh my.
What did I have to do?
Oh, yeah, on a trivia night or anytime I stream on Twitch, I'll make a community challenge where you put in channel points, And if we get enough, then I will dress up like Neil on stream. I will make it happen.
Okay.
Do it.
I will cosplay.
Just
And then after
Alright.
that, if we get to that challenge, I'll dress up as a gumball machine for the next one.
Oh wow!
Tom
wow!
Servo costume.
Well, that's challenging.
Some people might be confused though, because isn't it called Student Dr. Ben's Dumpster Fire now?
It is. It
Well,
is. That's
but-
that's what it's gonna be called. Yeah.
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 Gumballs.
Did
It
everybody
got quiet.
Gummy
and I got
bears.
scared.
Yeah. Did
Sorry.
we all go around?
Seeing if
the
I missed
horn?
anything funny over there.
Yeah. Did we all
No.
go around?
We
the
didn't
horn,
actually finish the
Mikey? Is
question.
it your turn, Mikey?
We didn't
Yeah, like-
actually
I'm
finish
pretty
the
sure you're in the hot seat.
He hasn't answered one question tonight.
Yeah. I mean, come
I
on.
should soak
dude.
some gummy bears and some Tito's for Friday night.
Ew.
Well, we should do something because I got to go to bed soon, you guys.
What's
What
that?
about gummy bears and Tito's?
I used to take gummy bears and I would put them in a Tupperware full of vodka and then leave in the refrigerator for a couple days. Oh, they absorb all the vodka. So yummy.
That's what I should do. I should put some in some Tito's
Telling you.
for Friday.
I just killed the fucking chat again. Jesus Christ.
You're good at that, aren't you, Paul?
I can be.
I really am.
I can go back to my avatar.
Mr. Gumball.
Honestly, I just think
Mikey's still
Mikey,
ducking.
Gumball.
Mikey hasn't answered the question again. I mean,
He's using his
27.
fucking Jedi mind powers on us. Damn it.
He says like he's the executive producer, but we all know what that means.
I didn't answer the question either. Like I think the whole bottom row didn't answer the question.
Oh,
No,
so what
everyone
you're
else did.
saying, Ben, is that
I don't
we
even
never got
remember the
through
question.
whole
We got
damn
so off
circle?
track.
Not Mikey's.
We never
avoiding
got
things.
through the
It
whole
wasn't
damn
my
circle
fucking
at all.
turn.
I think I answered the question. I don't
You
know
did.
if anybody
You
else.
did.
Yeah, you top four.
I
What
think
was
we
I?
ended with Stephanie.
Was it Paul
45.
next?
What? How dare you? God damn it.
I'm still fucking Paul Lind. Every single time I look up here, it keeps shuffling around. I'm still Paul Lind.
I blame Mikey.
I'm not doing anything. I'm literally not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, including answering the question.
Yeah, that's
It's
what they were
not
saying.
my turn. I don't just speak out all crazy.
It was
like
your
you.
turn
Whose
5
fucking
turns
turn
ago.
is it?
Saying.
I don't even know what way we're going anymore because you keep changing positions, and this person went, and then that person went, and now I'm like scrambled eggs.
Somebody's reading the Kama Sutra too much. These position changes are killing me.
I don't think scrambled eggs is a
How the hell did
position,
you
but
work
we can-
that into the
If the
conversation?
positions are
You
Positions,
said
man.
Get it wrong.
Oh yeah, okay.
Some of us have
Scrambled
had
eggs
sex,
is my
Neil.
favorite
Jeez.
position too.
Been a while, all right. Fuck.
Same.
Nope. Now you
COVID's a
just
bitch.
fucking reminded me.
Sorry, Uncle
Awkward.
Neil.
I'll be back. I gotta go to the washroom real quick.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Don't say
Here we
that.
go again.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm not going anywhere with
Pardon me
that.
for a sec.
No.
Bye.
Neil the 604 marble fiend.
All right. All right. Whoa, those are some small marbles. It's your turn.
Oh, the deconversion stuff. Yeah, so like I was raised
Man,
Baptist.
who was the YouTube rabbit hole result?
So the,
That
yeah,
wasn't the question, Neil. You kept going back to. That's not the question. She
no,
asked.
it was a
how old
two-parter.
you- Okay.
It
I'm
was
not-
definitely a two-parter. Stay off of Narananaka and wait for
not
us to be
on
done
there.
with this, and I'll play that with you.
I'm not
okay.
on there.
All right. Well
I'm
then,
not saying anything
Halo
anymore.
Infinity.
It did.
I called it, didn't I? He's not
Just
saying shit.
go.
That means it. Okay, so I was probably like 10 or 11 when I was deconverting, and it was because of James Randi, and that made me question all this stuff, and kind of went from there. And that was in the mid 80s, so YouTube definitely wasn't a thing. Internet wasn't a thing, at least for us. But like the first stuff I started watching on YouTube when I was already an atheist that like pulled me further into this was I think it honestly started with Thunderfoot, and that kind of rolled into R and Ra and stuff like that. So It was a very normal progression.
Thunderfoot.
He still puts out tons of content.
I know he does. So, no, who's next?
Fucking Mikey.
I don't know anymore.
27. Shit.
Is that a football play? I don't
That's
understand.
how
was like-
old he was.
That was like
I
20
was-
years ago, Mikey, or
No, that
how
was
long?
last year.
I'm just giving him shit.
I hate you.
Is it me? Is it me next?
Is it, who does he hate?
I
though?
don't know
Wait,
the
is it
turn
me or
order
SR?
anymore.
Oh,
There
what do
is
you
no
know?
turn
Here's the
order.
problem.
What
Here's
do you
the
know?
problem.
There
we didn't
was
roll
somebody
for
who
initiative.
kept. There is somebody
Is
who
it
kept
I?
all of that
Is
in
it I,
his
Lord?
brain. There's one guy who
Hold
did
on.
it. And
I
it was
didn't-
me.
I was
That's
like,
exactly
it
what
was like
happened.
10 years ago for me that I really finally was like, hey, I don't believe in stuff. That was when I was 18. And there is math that can be done, but I'm not going to do it. But
Numbers are hard.
I probably would say one of the first people that I really started watching regularly and listening to talk about like not a god and whatnot was Sam Harris. I'm not fully listening to everything these days, but at the same time, I also don't listen to everything that I listened to a long time ago on a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of people that have a lot of really good arguments that also get a lot of other things wrong. But they do still have some good things and some value. Like there's this one Canadian Neil, the 705 atheist,
That guy's a
agnostic.
dick.
I mean,
Marble fiend.
yeah, that guy. That guy.
related to Neil the
Yeah,
Goyim?
some of his earlier stuff. It's like that bandana. Come on, Sadie, it's your turn.
When did I could deconvert? Is that
What
the
age?
question?
And then what YouTube or
Book, anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was recent. Like I think I was like slowly deconverting, but then I like kind of made a decision.
doing?
Not like probably last year.
Was it a book
Secular
that you read or
science
something
classes,
you
they'll
came
do that to you.
okay. That college education, gotcha.
Yeah. You can't
I
unsee
don't
it.
know. I think fossils were put there by the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To test us.
Next.
So I'm last.
I remember when they
because
told us
I
that
rolled a-
alligators was just what? That
I rolled
dinosaurs
a
are just
3 on my initiative. So
That's with the +3 modifier. You really oof.
do you guys
no,
do you
that
guys,
wasn't with the +3. That was the roll I got without the. I didn't even add my dex. Well, but if I were to add my dex, that'd be like a -2, so that's a 1.
There you
That's
go.
it.
do you guys
Yeah, so
did
I
you
got a
guys ever
1 to
follow
initiative.
the dinosaur man as a Christian? He's like
What
a
is that?
creationist that would talk about dinosaurs and stuff.
Kent Hovind?
He has a
No.
Kent Hovind.
I don't think it was
Ken
Kent.
Ham?
I think it was somebody else.
Ken Ham?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
There was
Doesn't
a
ring a bell with me.
UPC guy. He used to go around to the different UPC Pentecostal churches, and he would like,
I used to be UPC.
yeah, that's what I got baptized under, anyways.
Oh, what church
Mhm.
did you? What?
It was
State.
UPC up in West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm from Minnesota.
I could not tell.
I think that
You
I
can't
think
tell.
that for
Minnesota.
I think that for me, the person that really kind of touched me in terms of what the fuck was Alan Watts, and this was a guy that I don't know if how many of you know who he was. He was a representative of his own beliefs were Zen Buddhist, but he sort of touched me in terms of saying, hey, you don't need to believe any of this shit. You know, you can examine life on its own terms. And yeah, that's probably, you know, he had a little radio show on Sundays that I tuned into when I was in my early 20s and got me entirely out of my Methodist tradition.
He's an
Not
interesting guy.
not entirely into the Zen Buddhist tradition, but he was really he was a big influence in my thinking.
Y'all, it's after midnight here for me, so I need to get going. But I just want to mention 2 other channels real quick. Non-Stamp Collector and Dark Matter. They have some really great stuff. They're both animated creators, and Non-Stamp Collector made all his stuff in literal paint shop. But he makes a lot of good points, and he has a lot of Easter eggs hidden in there. And Dark Matter 2525, he has some really good stuff. He just released a video called Don't Look at the Stars. And it's just, it makes a good point without making the point. And then if you want a guilty pleasure atheist channel, Sir Sick.
Sir Sick is cool. He is such a goofball.
I know all those channels, and I wanted to have Dark Matter on, but
Oh, I think it was Kent Hovind. Now that
Probably.
Yeah.
The hell?
I was just looking it up because I remember.
So HR, those 2 animated channels you're talking about, do we know anybody with affiliation with them? Because, okay, Neil, I'm asking you too, because McKinnon is desperately trying to find an animator for the series he's trying to get made. If there's any way we can get McKinnon in touch with them, even to give him pointers about how to do it himself or whatever.
I don't know anyone in connection with them, and like I said, I know Non-Stamp Collector did his stuff in paint shop. He hasn't released videos lately. He's released like retrospective videos lately. And Dark Matter has a lot of his own stuff that he's created that's fantastic. I don't know if he might consult, but I don't know if he'd want to like get into that, but I don't know him personally. And then me, I can't really do animations beyond like making Twitch emotes. Like my animation experience is very small, so
okay. I'll have to.
I can draw him some stuff, but
well, he's trying to actually make a web series type thing with like have it CG, animated.
I will see what I can do.
That'd
I
be great.
secretly want celebrity deathmatch between Hovind and Powell and Kirk Cameron and what's his face?
Comfort.
Yeah, I want to see a celebrity deathmatch between those
more like a Royal Rumble.
tag team of those. I think that'd be hilarious. One day I want to animate that. But anyway, good night, y'all. Leanne, it was wonderful to meet you. Hopefully we didn't scare you off with our craziness. SR, take care of your marbles.
I got an ice pack if you need them.
for my marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit happens.
Chill out on your marbles.
This has been a special stream tonight.
Temperature wise,
I still didn't answer the question.
Who? Mikey?
I still didn't answer the question.
Well, now you're done.
What are you waiting for?
I mean, come on.
Because y'all forgot about me. Y'all forgot about me, so I don't have to answer it.
We never
I don't have to
forget
do
about
anything
you.
because y'all forgot. No, you forgot about me. I'm off the hook. I'm off the hook, guys.
What the shit?
I'm not sure you are.
Sounds to me like you don't have an
I'm off the
answer.
hook. No, I have an answer. I'm just off the hook because
Why are you off
y'all
the hook?
forgot. So that's on you.
Ben's
That's not on
taking
me.
his soccer ball and going home.
Everybody's got to take a
Yeah,
turn, Ben.
I'm taking. Nope. Because no one made me until I mentioned it. So I don't have
I'm making
Off the
you.
hook. Nope. You missed your chance. You missed it.
Somebody asked if I was a Scorpions
You
fan.
missed it.
And
Now
no,
you're gonna
I
wonder.
do not
Christ.
sing that song. I was a Motley
Oh,
Crue
come
fan. If we're
on.
gonna talk 80s bands,
Oh. Yeah, no room
Metallica.
for a little Scorps on a Saturday afternoon. Scorp
not
it up.
quite. I'm
Those
not into the
guys-
power ballads. Just not into it.
Those guys spoke zero English except for on their songs.
Not aware of that. Where are they from?
Germany.
They actually do speak English.
Not back in '86 when they first broke here.
Yeah, they did.
No, that's a false. You're perpetuating a lie.
No,
Not me.
they spoke
Not me.
English.
No.
Luckily, guys, we have somebody backstage.
right.
We have the Scorpions. Bring them out, guys.
I still, I still would love to hear SDB's answer, even if.
No,
Me
y'all
too.
gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait for my answer.
All right.
We have to wait till trivia night.
You have to
Sorry,
wait.
dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So who else still hasn't answered the question? Which really is what I should have asked before.
I think it's just Ben at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
But y'all forgot
Come
about
on,
me,
Ben.
so I'm
Wow.
off.
Well, I didn't forget about
Sharing
you.
is caring, Ben.
We forgot about the goddamn question.
How the hell does anyone forget about you, Ben?
It's
'Cause
probably
y'all
because
got
Mikey
talking
kept
and
switching
forgot,
us
so
around
I'm
on the
off the hook.
screen, so he got lost in the shuffle.
So
No, I was in the same
Alright.
spot the whole time. I was
in our
the same spot the whole
defense,
Y'all got one more time to blame me for a homegirl switching out of the thing because her internet dropped. Y'all got one more time.
in
Stop
our
blaming me.
defense, it was less a machination of us forgetting about you, as that we all have very short attention spans, and we saw a squirrel.
Yeah, we saw a squirrel.
Yeah, it's not my problem.
I
So I'm
can't
not- so I'm
disagree
gonna
with
wait.
you. I can't
So
disagree.
y'all get to wait. Y'all get to wonder.
All right.
That sounds like something a pro-lifer would say. That's not my problem.
Whoa,
Okay, don't be pulling that.
that was
Don't-
mean.
Wow.
That was spiteful as shit.
That sounds
I'm
super
kidding.
harsh, but there you go.
We got to segue away from that. I do have an answer about the First Nation. You guys were
Huh?
talking about Indigenous and First Nation and stuff earlier, like 2 hours and 20 minutes ago.
Mhm.
Holy fuck! What? That was
Yeah.
like a long time ago, dude.
Yeah. First Nation does generally include Inuits and Indigenous from Canada.
Okay, but what Air was saying earlier is they want recognition separately because they might be
Oh, I missed that part.
genetically
Fuck me.
linked or whatever, but they want distinct because the Inuit and stuff like that were different from the other First Nations folks that came.
Gotcha. Okay, I misunderstood the question then. Smooth brains.
Anyway, well, if that's it, guys, then I'm going to call it a night. But Ben, I'll give you one more chance if you want to.
I can see Ben holding out.
I'm holding out because number one, I get forgotten about, and then I get accused of being a pro-lifer. So no, no,
No, I didn't call you a pro-lifer. I said that's how
No,
they
that is what-
say-
no.
That's how they say it. They
and
say,
and
"Not
what
my
and what do you
problem."
mean by saying that? And what did you mean by saying that?
That's not what I meant. I meant you're acting like a
Mhm,
pro-lifer.
mhm.
I didn't say you were one.
And
Mhm.
The hole is getting
you
Methodology,
can-
is that what you're
Mhm.
referring to?
You can entirely hold
That's their.
out.
That's what they
It's
say when somebody
fine.
gets pregnant. It's not my
Mhm.
problem.
Oh,
But obviously
geez,
they're
don't go there.
They do make it their
Please don't
problem.
go there.
Mhm.
They make it their by telling us what we can and can't do.
Yeah, that's don't go there.
Take us home, Neil.
All right. Yeah. thank you guys out there in the chat and for hanging out with us for YouTube and Twitch and Twitter there. Also, thanks to my patrons. Couldn't do this without you guys, so I appreciate all of you. Hopefully we can get this settled after this. So until then, guys, and thanks again, Leanne, by the way, for being on the show. There is a link to the initial interview if you guys do want to check it out and you didn't see it earlier. And that'll have all the links where you can find Leanne as well. And until then, like the late great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. We'll see you guys next time.